Welcome to session 28 of Iron Gods on RPG-MP3. We are a little bit ramshackle. I'm on a makeshift table with makeshift things, makeshift players. You know the score.
How dare you, sir?
I have this terrible light behind me. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm just going to have to sit like this.
Oh, yep, now I'm getting attacked.
Sword attacking you.
A little bit. Oh,
Nick,
yeah, there we go.
Get him, Ford. Bite the fuck out of him. He deserves it. Get him.
Yeah, all right.
Get him. He's grass-fed.
I was going to say she just bites him once because this isn't meat. This is veggie stuff.
Hey, Ford's a secondary vegetarian.
They don't eat vegetables. They don't eat animals that eat vegetables.
Correct. Nick eats the vegetables. Ford chews on Nick.
That is true.
I hope so. We should be streaming.
Yes, we are streaming.
It's yet again not showing
Nick's
me
got
in
his hair. It's
I
fresh.
may disappear for a second because I can't see Nick, so I'm going to refresh.
Oh, God, you're going to make everybody refresh. You're going to have to make everything refresh. I guarantee you will.
So Nick will see you and then no one else will.
Mwahahaha. She's doing it to punish you.
That's exactly right.
She's doing it to punish Bill.
Oh, now I've lost Tim and Nick, so fuck it.
Okay, I've got us streaming. I haven't got us on the admin screen yet, but I've got us streaming.
Yeah, I can see us on Twitch.
So can I on my phone, not on my admin panel on actual Twitch. Oh, there we go. I see us now.
I can see.
All right,
that's important.
So fucking see, other places have like producers and engineers for this shit. Not us. We have to actually fucking check. So go to the fucking Patreon and give us some goddamn money. How's that? Does that work?
That's how you do it, right?
Money, please.
Oh, yeah. Does that work?
Might we have some more?
This shit's expensive, and we have 3,000 goddamn episodes. It's like snot right. Other places have like 5, and they're like, "Here's $1 million." Thank you, Bale. Appreciate that subscription. So who remembers in haiku, Tim, what we did last session and the sessions before?
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Awful high, Tim. That's an entire culture you're bastardizing there. Try harder.
Ha 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 ha.
Pretty terrible.
Ha 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 ha.
I think there's a Buddhist holy war that just declared on you.
They're all to College Station.
Last session was very, very exciting because we had just chased off the giant robot golem.
Or chased off or sicked on the unsuspecting town? Just asking.
Perspectives vary. It fled from my mystic might of the several light beam bolts I pumped into it. It ran away really fast.
Running away from my grenades.
Yeah. And then
true.
Poked around a little bit to see if we could find the thing that was giving Tim nightmares. And we didn't. And then we searched around and I found a power cable. And then we headed back to town to find the Lords of Rust just finishing off this robot golem. And then I think we went back to have a nap.
Yep, and then we ran into some technical difficulties and had to...
Oh, yes, that's right. We
Switch
had,
off for the night.
we had to pull down because we were having some
Storm?
technical problems.
Yeah.
Technical problems?
I think the storm was coming in.
Oh, that's right. We had a storm hitting us, Whitney.
Oh, okay. I was checking the download speed to make sure that it was okay.
Hi, Whit.
Hi, sorry. Evan came in here because he's trying to make me freak out.
Hi, Evan. How's it going?
Don't let him pick up the phone. You'll get disconnected.
Get
Don't
close
download
to,
anything either. Any
get close
updates?
to D-Day there, Evan.
He's weird. We're married.
Oh,
So-
isn't that nice? You've got to
so
keep reminding him.
So our current thought was either to investigate
The undead area to the east.
Mm-hmm.
the undead area to the northeast, or to see about treating with the Kellid tribe that took over our bar. God damn it! But we were thinking about making allies with them, or at least figuring out what they're about. That was at least side
I
thing.
I think that was another random encounter that someone submitted. I think that's where that came from.
Right.
True, that's where it came from. But narratively, there is a tribe of Kelids that could be powerful allies against the Lords of Rust that we could solicit their help with.
They're also very interesting because normally Kelids are anti-technology and wouldn't.
We could tell them, oh, by the way, Lords of Rust have been digging something.
As long as they help me kill those piece of shit robots. They are friends of mine.
So do we want to go talk to the Kelids? Or do we want to go out east to the I guess the townsfolk said there was like ghosts or that it's haunted or something.
Yes, which would probably have a chance of decent loot because the ghosts probably mean people haven't already looted it, but then I don't think I'm much use against ghosts.
Is anyone any good against ghosts?
I think we're all bad.
I
don't know how ghosts work.
I have
You guys have magic weapons at least.
I'm in a room with a paranormal investigator.
Oh,
Ooh.
with a paranormal investigator?
Yeah.
I'm
My
not a
friend
big
is one half of the ghost babes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I want to be a paranormal investigator.
The ghost half or the babe half?
I hope the babe half, but
You never know.
Right, it's gonna be
I
could be like the movie The Entity.
What are ghost babes? Is this a real thing, or is this a joke?
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna
look
say,
at
what's
this.
now
On YouTube.
Googling?
They're paranormal investigators.
Is it for real?
Yes.
Like that.
I
As
don't
real
see-
as the internet.
I am Googling this and I do not see anything called ghost babes.
Chat's asking if anyone else can see you, Nick.
I can see Nick. Oh.
No.
Oh, her.
Yeah. Yes.
It could be his Canadian girlfriend type situation.
Chat says they need cheering up, so you have to let Tim do all the talking.
No.
He has very different search results.
Our depressed squid face.
He's very
There's
sad.
Oh, we got squid face.
So
Wait,
do
I
we
found
want to,
ghost babes on
so
IMDb, but it's not a real. But it's
No,
what is this?
they're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
Hold on, that was a chick's voice,
Yes.
so they are real.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it was a ghost's voice.
I'm a ghost.
Is Nick throwing his voice? Because I can't see his face, so I have no fucking idea.
That's why he has that great big beard.
I don't think he has
He's
that
like-
vocal range.
I'm a
Oh,
ghost
no.
bear.
He's a very talented entertainer.
So do we want to go
If they're on
to
YouTube, it's probably something that my sister has fallen asleep watching. She loves watching like people going into old houses and being like,
It's pretty cool.
So do you want to go to the Kelids or we want to go to east?
Thank you, Tim.
We love you, Tim.
I am game for either. Although Kelids tend to not like my people.
Hold on, Tim. Can you ask that question in haiku form?
I say something in Cyclops.
Oh, you're talking in Cyclops now.
Yes.
What do you
Well,
say
that
in
would
Cyclops,
be
Tim?
7.
Well, I'm sorry, giant. I'm sorry. I'm speaking in giant. So I guess if you don't speak giant, you don't know what I'm saying.
It's a good way around actually bothering to do haikus. I like it.
Yes.
Minus experience for Tim.
No, it's not. I like to speak in my native tongue.
Great. We'd like to hear that in your native tongue.
No, I think Bill has a point. Like if we could maybe convince the Kelids to help us out or do something against the Lords of Rust, maybe they know something.
Worth a shot. Although seeing that they took down that golem that we couldn't do much about. Not sure what the tribe's going to do to them, but
You
there's
did
always
alright.
arrow fodder.
You knocked it down like a quarter hit points.
Well, I mean, do we want? Well, if that's the case, do we want to go out east and investigate why the town, the people of this town, don't want to go out east? I mean, is it really haunted?
So, well, remember also that we were kind of coming back to town because we have detonators but no explosives. So we
Right.
were going to try to find some explosives to see about taking that tower down, because that was our original goal for going out there, and that never came to fruition.
And we
Yeah,
could
but I
always
thought
just
we
go
I
past
thought we
it,
checked for explosives, but nothing came fruition. Like we asked and we did a little searching, and then
Lords
basically
of
Lords of Rust
collected
kept
it
it.
all.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Which also is that if that place is haunted by ghosts, that might have explosives or something that haven't been scavenged yet, since people don't go there.
True too.
Ghosts
And then
are famous for hoarding explosives.
And then I think we talked to everybody in town that we knew, right? So we talked to the rat folk; they didn't have any.
We talked to the
merchants
iron,
have to say,
yeah, the crimson. Yeah, we
and
talked to
who was the
Steelhawks.
people on the bottom of the totem pole? Where were they?
Steelhawks.
Steelhawks.
Did
Yeah,
we
they've
talk to
been-
them?
I think you probably did. I mean, you've talked to a bunch of people. I don't know whether you asked the right questions, but you have been talking to people.
Good old Severoth Slade.
Is there how? I'm just curious if there's something like if we have to. Is there a skill that we use to try to get hints to try to determine if we're saying the right things? I'm curious. How does it work?
clue.
Oh yeah, I'm just asking.
For next session, what I'll do is I'll make a list of possible options, and you can select one. And that
Jerk. I'm still new to this. I'm just asking a question.
Zork 17, you've been
Streaming,
eaten
we
by a grue.
Come say hi.
Does your background look like a bunch of boxes?
Hi. It doesn't actually. It looks like a light.
Huh,
Hello.
How was the walk?
very boring.
Really?
Well, I mean, no, your background's boring.
It's because the map's somewhere else.
Hmm.
Sorry.
So Nick,
I
is
am
it
happy
Jamie
you
and
had a
Matilda?
boring walk.
Oh, look at you can see my arm there
Wicked
for a
says
second.
hello.
If you lean in a bit, we'll see your
Hi,
head.
Auntie Leah.
You'll be better than Nick's ghost friend that's in his apartment with him.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
cool. Ghost friend.
Allegedly. She has a voice. She's on
Allegedly.
speakerphone.
Ostrich, allegedly.
Where does the kitty?
Oh, it's a kitty cat.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
At least this is a Friday that I have not harassed the other group
Do what?
the day before.
Hungry.
Right.
Hey Becca, Leia's
That'll
here.
What? I want some money. What are you eating?
Wings.
Where'd you get those from?
Chilies.
You walked to Chili's.
Well, no, I'm going to.
I want something from there. Fetch me a thing.
What?
Thank you. Just a small thing.
Okay.
I don't know, something nice. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
we
trying to
can
figure
now
out what we're doing.
walk. We now have places we can walk to, which is pretty amazing, actually.
Ooh.
Except for the 120-degree heat and 120% humidity, and you
There is a
Incinerate.
certain amount of disadvantage to living in Houston, but being able to actually walk somewhere in Houston is like the golden age. Hey, Weasley.
We're supposed to get up to in the 90s by Sunday.
You fucking keep it, kid. We were heat index 108 today, which was awful. Really awful. And humidity 9 million.
might as well just move to the planet Venus at this point. You know?
I know, right? I mean, we may as well just live on the sun at this point.
Brings us. Sorry, I'm
How-
watching Ghost Babes.
Oh, very
what-
good. I see they did one
Do
about the
we-
haunting of Hill House. It is a classic.
So is it Janina or Matilda that's with Nick?
Janie Slash is here.
Okay.
Hal,
Thanks,
do we
familiar.
know of anybody in
I've seen
town?
performance in the past.
Hey, Hal, do we know anybody in town that they do not like the tower? Do we know anybody in town that dislikes the whole idea with the tower being there?
You talk to all these people. You know what you know.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure something out. Okay.
Not a whole lot of people even knew it existed, and it before we got here, it was offline, so we don't know what the.
Most of the groups aren't fans of Lords of the Rust that were running it, but
Right.
Are there
They're
any
also-
areas of town that we haven't investigated yet?
the Lords of the Rust arena and their territory.
Yeah,
And then out east.
arena and east of it, yeah.
After seeing them finish off the robot golem, I'm less likely to want to just provoke them.
Well, not all
Yeah,
at
so
once.
you said there's an area east of the arena that we still haven't checked. So let's go hang out over there and see what's up.
We haven't checked out the arena itself that much. I did some reconnoitering, but not much. I was just trying to see where they.
I think we were also kind of
Yeah.
talking about a good way to check it out without getting caught. And that was whatever my computer was like, no, you're not going to work.
True, good memory. Because we were thinking about sneaking in, or I was thinking of ways to sneak in, but it's like well lit with giant lights 24/7, so there's no way to get in under cover of darkness, really.
Unless there is a way to fuck up their power.
Well, and there's like a stage and a shack, and then it probably goes underground from there since they're digging underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digging
Well-
underground.
Do we want to go out east and maybe find explosives to take down the receiver?
I think
Sounds
it's a
reasonable.
it's a pipe dream to think that we'll find explosives, but we can try. However, we really do need to come up with a strategy or a plan on how we mitigate ghosts and incorporeal creatures, because I got nothing, and we might want to check if Dinvaya might have anything that we can purchase or lend from her that might help against undead.
So who in the party can? Is it just Nick and I to have a magical weapon? I mean, do we have any like magical gear we could give to make sure everybody has something?
I think everybody's got a magic weapon except me.
I don't.
use weapons much. I thought you had your sword enchanted.
Nope, fully mundane. It's tricked out with a bunch of materials and stuff, but not any magic.
Oh, then
Oh.
maybe I should be taking
Magic weapon.
yeah.
That might help. Ghost touch.
I didn't know you lacked a magic weapon.
Ghostbane Dirge is what he really wants.
There you go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can not cast that out of my own spells.
Oh, you'd have to cast it as a wangy spell.
Yeah,
Ghostbane Dirge is a great spell. One Whit might
Well, I
wanna
guess we
consider
could
getting
go-
at some point.
Oh, what is her name?
it would have been nice if we'd questioned
No, it's not
Maro
her.
because ghosts being undead is kind of would have kind of been her bag as a.
Well, yeah, there's some priestesses around here, right? Like, can we ask them if they have any
There's a cleric.
ghost warding amulets or a fucking crucifix if there's vampires or I don't know, wolfsbane. A spirit box.
Spirit box. Ouija board.
Yeah, let's get a Ouija board.
You're gonna do the draft?
Hi, Tim. Hi, Becky. You're going to do the draft.
Ooh. Right.
Everybody drinks.
Oh, yay! Cheers.
To whomever.
To Kauai.
To not Jim Artis.
Ah,
Oh. Lost his cat today, so everyone has to be nice.
Oh, I'm
So-
sorry.
maybe
So do
you'll
we
find
want to
it.
go visit the cleric?
Yeah.
What Nick was talking about?
Be sad for the kitty for a minute. No. Let me just text Becca and have Becca slap him.
Yeah, the
All right,
ghost
come on, let's
is-
go. What are you doing?
I mean, we could talk to Dinvaya, but she's not very willing to do anything other than mercenary work at this point.
Yeah, she doesn't like talking to me, so that's out.
Well, yeah.
Shocker.
Gee, a tiefling speaking infernal from, or abyssal, I mean, from Yeah,
I didn't do that in
warm
front of
there.
her. I didn't do that in front of her. I'll wait outside while you go inside and talk to her.
Yeah, we just need to strategize up and gear up. That's all. If we're gonna go deal with ghosts, we also because we think of an escape plan because they can go through stuff. I don't know why they haven't encroached on the rest of the town. So, doing some background understanding of like maybe ask the some of the other clans or the gangs that we've been dealing with is find out like maybe what the history is there because that was when Scrapwell first started and they had a collapse and a bunch of workers died and that's why they're all haunted there or something. Like we got to find out what makes that area tick because if we run into a haunt or a poltergeist or something and we don't have any way of disabling it or like what's going to stop it from following us and just doing the freaking Raiders of the Lost Ark, killing everyone in town like we did with the robot.
Well, since they
we almost did with the robot.
They're probably bound up there because.
Well, that's what I want to verify.
But they're probably, they could have been up there 1,000 years.
Yeah. I don't know.
So who do we want to go talk to first then?
I think Dinvaya might have the best angle first. We have the best relationship with her, and she's a cleric. It's in her wheelhouse, but she might not give a shit. So, if not,
all right. Well, I'll wait outside while you talk to her if she doesn't like my presence.
I think we asked about it, and she said, "Yeah, nobody goes there, and so don't know much about it." But that's.
I think that's a lot of information we've been getting is like, oh.
I mean, if Hal can save us time and say that we've already kind of done that, because I know we did inquire, but I don't know how targeted our questions were.
You've asked a lot about, you've asked a little bit about the valley to the east, and a lot of the stuff you get is really vague. Everybody knows it's haunted and no one goes there. No one's ever really gone there as far as anyone's ever remembered. You've not really asked any specific questions about it other than what's the deal with that bit to the east. I mean, the other thing is it's kind of through Lords of Rust territory. So you have to go around the bottom and past the receiver array in order to get up to it. So most people don't go there.
Yeah. Do we know why the Lords of Rust never went over there? If it's in our territory?
No, you haven't asked that question. You could find someone and ask that question.
Pussies.
It's possible too.
Let's do it then.
I mean, you could ask if you want to have a conversation with someone, you could go and have a conversation. Otherwise, that's all you know. That the general consensus of the town is that place is haunted.
Let's go talk to a cleric.
Let's figure it out.
Can I go talk to Dinvaya?
Yeah.
That always goes well for us.
Doesn't it, though? Okay, you head over to Dinvaya's Clockwork Chapel. The doors are noisy as always. The whole place is noisy. The whole wall is moving. You know the way in. You step in through the door. She's in the middle of the room tinkering with something on the floor. She's covered in oil and soot and general dirt. Stands up as you come in and kind of rags off her hands. How can I help you this time? How much would you like to spend on spells today?
How are you
She's
doing?
a hustler.
I'm doing well. You're doing well. You killed the Manticore and you did something, letting a robot out, I hear.
Robot Golem.
Robot Golem, that's right, I hear. Well, nobody said it was specifically you, but I hear you were skulking around when the Lords took it down.
We encountered it first, did most of the damage, and then it ran away, and the Lords kicked it a couple times.
Yes.
We loosened it up a little bit.
Right, I understand. So, what do you want? You don't look injured.
That's not the only reason why we come to see you.
Really? You come for a sparkling conversation?
Well, we thought
yes.
We thought that maybe you might I don't know. Fuck.
I come to see your beautiful face.
Hey,
The way
appreciate that.
the oil glistens on it, it is magnificent.
Hey, your skin is
Tatia,
glistening as well.
We thought that maybe you might be able to help us out with some information about the area off to the east.
That's funny. I think my accent has messed with Wit's accent. I think it's hilarious.
I don't know. Wait, Tatia asked about, well, fuck. Like she offered to fuck, and then she's doing I don't know
It's
what's
just
going
like
on.
shit.
I wouldn't do it. Well, because as soon as you say that, I immediately start wanting to do the accent that I have for my dog, which is the bad Ringo accent.
I thought you were doing a Vistani Romanian kind of thing. That was good. I like
Yeah,
it.
because then Ditto, he's supposed to sound like Ringo Starr, but like a really bad Ringo Starr. So when he talks to my sister, he's like, I love you, Aunt KK. You're my favorites in the entire world. Can I stay with you forever? I want to be with you.
And has he taught? And has he talked since you
Looking at me,
moved?
he's like, Mom, did you
I'm
see
just gonna
Ditto?
I'm just gonna throw out that should be Tim's voice in character.
Ditto. He should be like this. He should do that. He should, yeah.
Tim, you need to talk like Ringo Starr in character.
I think Ringo Starr might be a little funny if you did it haikus.
He is
Right.
the walrus.
Is indeed.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, all of a sudden, every accent that I practiced tried to come out of my mouth.
It's one of the great curses of GMing as well, especially if you move from NPC to NPC to NPC. By the end of it, everybody sounds like a vampire pirate.
I mean, I don't see Matt Mercer having a problem with it.
Right? Because he's never had any other job other than doing that.
It's also got to be nice to get paid to just sit there and practice your accents all day while your thumbs up your butt. So
it's true. He's an actor and voice actor, which is fine. But let's see him fix 200 student laptops in a week. Come on, let's be fair here. We all have our skill sets,
and the accents do change with or without the thumb in your butt, I assume.
Maybe. I mean, you might get a little higher with the thumb in your butt.
Maybe.
Or lower.
Or lower if it's your thing.
I'll have to try it later. I'll try it later for science and let you know.
How's taking work for the team?
Clockwise, I believe.
I'm sure Leah will be happy to help.
She's got little thumbs. It's okay. Let's call them. Let's call them starter thumbs. Intro thumbs.
Two thumbs. Hey,
How can I help you other than talking? Shall we say small talk, which you never really do because it's noisy in here.
Well, would you appreciate some small talk?
No, not at all. I'm working. What can I do? Do you want spells casting? I'll take your money and cast them for you.
Do you have anything good against undead?
Sure, I can channel the power of Bry against the undead. Why? Are you planning on killing some more of the undead? I hear you did well against Marrow.
True, but I believe she wasn't technically undead.
No, she was a necromancer.
Theoretically, there's undead up to the north where the receiver array is.
There were.
We know they haven't exactly been popular, so thought maybe you could help us out with that.
So you're planning on going up the canyon to the east?
Yeah, maybe.
I hear it's haunted. I hear Marrow went up there.
The more haunted, the better.
Right.
What originally caused those people to perish? Why is it haunted? What horrible psychic affliction caused the lingering spirits?
It's always been haunted.
And also, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm building myself something.
What are you building?
Robot.
What kind?
A nice kind. Kind that will hopefully do.
Kind
that will hopefully do.
How dare you build a robot around me?
Oh,
this one will be a nice robot, I promise. It's not going to kill anyone.
I have never met a nice robot.
Just here to guard my workshop, seeing as you destroyed my last one.
Using
right.
my knowledge engineering to read Pleasure Piston 9000 on the side of the robot she's building. Ooh, don't ask.
What is it? He's fully functional and something.
Anatomically correct.
Anatomically correct.
And that's
There
John
you go.
Candy's voice from Heavy Metal.
Some good nightboard, man.
All right. Well, I mean, yes,
Anything else new?
Yes. So, what I know is that Marrow went up there maybe a few months ago, and she came back not so well. I think it nearly killed her. I think she thought that she, being a necromancer, would have the spells and knowledge to be able to tackle what's up there, but clearly it got the better of her.
Do you have the spells and knowledge to tackle what's up there?
I have no intention of trying. I know I can channel good energies from Bry, but I could equip myself with spells, but without knowing what's actually there, then it would be difficult to plan ahead.
Is any idea maybe why Marrow was sickened? Was it similar to the affliction the Manticore had? Some kind of toxic waste?
This wasn't sickening. It actually almost killed her. Severe damage. I hear she was weakened greatly for a while.
This was her specialty.
Do you know of anyone who knows more about the haunted area?
Not really. Maybe the Lords would know because they're closer to it, but even they don't go there.
Well, clearly we probably should not be asking them. They are not our biggest fans.
Do you think you might want to join us?
I am busy here. I don't have any chance, but I could give you some scrolls if you want.
Busy building a fucking robot.
It'll cost you, but I do have
Definitely
some
would
useful
appreciate
spells.
it.
I mean, what would you need exactly?
We're looking for anything that could possibly boost us with magical weapons, enchantments. I am better at that, but our friend Kiernan, not so much.
That's sad for you. I have a couple of scrolls.
I know.
I have a couple of scrolls of Ghostbane Dirge if you're interested.
Sounds like a
That
win.
could be most efficacious.
See, yeah.
I made them for someone who was heading that way and they never got there. I believe one of the gangs killed them before they came and bought them.
Let's see. How much would we owe you for that?
Favors where you might not need the robot anymore?
Don't mind my
Charisma
friend
check.
over here. It's been a little while since he's
-4.
laid down with somebody.
It's very obvious. I don't need that
In the
anymore.
fun kind of way.
I'd just like to say I am a holy person of Bry. I don't like that kind of conversation, sir.
I do apologize.
Yes, well, he's the one that needs to do the apologizing.
I apologize, my lady. I can't always
Just
assume.
take him outside and knock him around a few times for you.
Just because a lady is young and fertile and beautiful doesn't mean she needs that kind of attentions, I'm afraid.
I'm really glad to hear that you find yourself beautiful. At least you have good self-confidence.
Why wouldn't I, honestly?
Well,
So,
well,
you want me
Not only are you
Ghostbane
beautiful, but
Dirge?
you can build shit.
Ghostbane Dirge scrolls for 200 gold apiece.
How much we have in the group, Kitty?
9 gold. You've probably got tons. You've been storing it for game sessions.
Let's see. We've got.
I mean, this is all assuming. I mean, I'll take them back off you for half price if you don't use them, of course.
That's extremely fair. I really appreciate that.
Half price. Wait, maybe we can negotiate a better buyback price.
Maybe you could.
We
She needs them right now, so I think that's a good deal, honestly.
Is there anything that we might be able to get you to help you with your shop?
No, I am good. You kill out the ghosts, I might go up there and take a look.
Sounds good. Well, hopefully we'll be able to help you out.
Oh, are you buying them?
I believe that
We've
we
got
will
the
need
gold
to
and the-
discuss it to see if it is something that we really need.
Do you want to know what Ghostbane Dirge does?
I was just looking it up, but my guy wouldn't necessarily know. I have Arcana, but not much of it.
Well, I'm guessing Thing would be able to tell you, and potentially Wit's character, because she could potentially
Oh.
cast it.
Basically makes them physical so they can.
Makes
You
incorporeal
can hit 'em.
creatures semi-physical, so you can hit them.
Is that like an AoE attack, or is it like a targeted attack? How does it work?
It targets a single creature, and they can make a will save to negate it. But if they
Okay.
fail their will save, they coalesce into a semi-physical form for a short period of time, and in that case, take half damage from non-magical attacks and full damage from magical weapons, spells, etc.
Okay.
Should we also
I don't know.
maybe go into town and maybe find a magical dagger for Bill, for Kiernan? Is that another
might-
option?
It's always an option, Tim.
I could always magic weapon his weapon.
It's probably better.
Not that I know he needs that.
Does it last for a while, or is it short?
It lasts
It's
for a
Tim's-
while.
What you're saying is Kanan's magic weapon short. That's a bit personal, isn't it?
The mundane one, not the. I don't have a magic one.
Well, I'm just saying it's like if you cast
We-
magic
we
weapon
think it-
on.
We think it's magical, Bill.
No. I can do it for about 5 rounds, so it's good for combat. But
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a
or
long.
sorry, it's a minute a level, so 5 minutes.
Do you
That's
not have magical weapons just lying around in the party? You've sold them all, haven't you?
no. I don't think we
Oh,
had
all
any.
of them.
I mean, there was a magic bow that Kestu has, but
Yeah,
One
I mean,
thing
it's a
about
light.
this- it's one thing about this game. You get a lot of magical weapons
Right.
replaced with technological ones.
Yeah, we've got a +1 battle axe still.
Yeah,
on the
we have
party
that.
loot.
You
We
rolled
have
that,
a.
Bill?
Is it? I think it's the crossbow with magical bolts, or is the crossbow magical?
I believe it was magical, or we had the.
we had magic arrows from Birdfoot.
Yeah, which were human bane.
Yeah, human bane arrows. Everybody loves those.
Yeah,
The bane of all humans.
and we just had we had a masterwork hand crossbow that had 7 magical bolts.
That's right. Which are technically magical. So
Right. +1
50%.
crossbow bolt.
what are you doing? You're standing around. Are you buying this thing?
I mean, I can also spontaneously cast Ghostbane Dirge. It'll take me 2 rounds and burn 2.
The highest level spell you can cast, because there is a mass version of Ghostbane Dirge.
3rd level.
Paladins can cast that at 3rd level. Are you allowed paladin spells?
Nope. Cleric, Bard, Druid.
So no. It's 4th
No.
for a bard.
Yeah.
We do have a magical nice composite longbow.
Hey, Fury. You do.
Yep. Which would work to hit it. I'm not a crossbow or a longbow person.
I wasn't sure if Kiernan, can you use the bow or the crossbow?
Not sure what I am proficient in.
I don't know whether you're proficient in simple weapons like hand crossbow, rapier, and short bow, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know short
Don't have
bow.
a-
I don't think longbow.
You don't have
Well,
a
it's a
great
composite.
proficiency.
No,
I
composite.
definitely can't.
Composite just lets you use your strength bonus, right?
I have no idea. I just know it was in my notes.
Also, I was just wondering if you could use the axe, but I don't know whether you can.
I don't think so. Not a battle
nope.
axe.
Simple weapons,
Can
hand
use a
crossbow, rapier, short sword, short bow. Unless it took
You can use a hand axe, I think, but not a battle axe.
Well, you get the -4 non-proficiency penalty or whatever. Yeah.
Right? So you get -4 and you do half. Is it half damage or half to hit?
No, it would be full damage because it would be magical, right?
Well, I think it's just non.
No,
Wait,
it's
it's hard
half
to hit.
damage from magical weapons if the creatures are incorporeal.
Oh, we're assuming not the Ghostbane Dirge, yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean, quite
Ghostbane
honestly,
Dirge on them, yeah.
I wouldn't even bother because I would be such a huge minus to hit because I wouldn't even get to use my dex as a bonus to hit, right? So it would
Right.
just not work. I might as well use
Strength-based
my
weapon.
mundane.
Oh, you want to get one of the scrolls and then see what we run into. If we run into too many ghosts, we can always retreat.
Well, we could also see if like there's like a merchant in town. Maybe they sell. I don't know. Someone's got a dagger or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how common they are.
Magical daggers? Probably not all that common,
mean-
but you might be able to find one.
How much? So how much gold do we have in the kitty?
Like 500 and change.
Oh, and she wants 200 a spell.
Right. She's got 2 of them, so it'd be 400 for both of them.
Oh,
I mean, that's in loose cash. We could go around selling all the other crap we have, but
can
So does getting the scroll help you at all to quote quote memorize it and then be able to cast it easier? I don't understand.
no, it's not a wizard spell, so I can't cast it normally.
Oh.
So I imagine it's a clerical spell, right?
Yeah, so it's just allows you to scroll would just allow you to cast it without burning a slot, essentially.
can
Right.
anyone
Well,
try
it
and knock her
takes
down on the
2
price?
rounds.
Hmm.
You could
Probably
try.
not, but not my forte.
3 rounds actually, right? Because it'd be a second level spell. 1 round per level. That'd be a 3rd level caster.
Mhm. Yeah. Probably for a cleric, yeah.
Actually, do scrolls cast from the minimum level, or do they cast at the caster level?
We assume they're at the minimum level.
They
Ah,
cast it whatever
Unless
they're
at a higher
described at,
level.
yeah.
Gotcha. Whatever they're scribed at. Okay, that makes sense then.
Correct. Normally they would be at the lower level unless they're stated otherwise.
Well, what's Dinvaya's level? 'Cause she made him, right?
She did.
That would be
minimum-
different.
They would be considerably more expensive if they were higher level, though, probably. She would be wanting more money for
Correct.
them.
Oh yeah, I guess she could write them down.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
if
if I'm the only one that needs it, it's like 200 for 1 combat. That seems steep. I say no.
Okay, I can do magic weapon on you at the start of ghost activity.
Yeah, let's just bypass it. I mean, I think that there might be, like, I'm out of my element here as a character, right? So I'm kind of asking, like, well, what can ghosts do? I've heard rumors that they can aid you and they can steal your soul, and like how do we protect against that? Forget about attacking them.
Wouldn't it
Is
just
that a
be
knowledge
possible?
religion or?
Can't we just go talk to this other chick and see what she encountered or
We
other
killed her.
person?
you killed her.
We killed this one that came back.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
well.
Marrow. That was the undead necromancer in the tavern that we.
Neat.
The necromancer that led the Smilers.
If you have
Okay.
to speak with dead and can find her body, then maybe you could ask her.
I have it in her spell book, but it's a clerical spell.
Oh, yes. It's because she has weird spells because she's a wizardy with extra stuff.
Yes. I was going to memorize it because I thought we were going against ghosts, but
Can't.
can't.
It's probably a specialization spell.
Yes. Yeah, so I can magic weapon you. I have a couple other cantrips and spells that might be useful.
Do you have a wand of mage armor? Because we might need to cast that on us if we're going up against ghosts that can touch
No,
us.
but I have a wand of shield and I know mage armor.
Ooh, wand of shield. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. That's a good wand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's a personal spell, so I can only really use the wand on myself.
Or you can use it on yourself, hand it to me, and I can use it on myself. I have a pretty sick.
yeah.
Pass the wand around.
Well,
Yes,
I can
and all of
use
you
it.
that can use magic devices could try and use it.
Yep. I have a pretty decent UMD. +8. Not too horrible.
Yep. That's lovely.
All right, so getting back on track then, like knowledge religion. Let's find out what ghosts can do. We got to assume other undead there too, right? Can we? Did Vaya have any? Did Vaya have any other description of how Miro was sick or what happened?
Ask her?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Ask her.
Did you witness Miro come back or hear? Like, who saw Miro come back? Like, how was Miro sick?
I have some, as we say, little birds that wander around and tell me things. I heard that she went up there all puffed up and ready to take on the world and came back not that long after. Severely drained, shall we say, weakened.
Shadows?
Close to death.
I'm very familiar with shadows. They drain strength.
Yes, it could be something like that. I mean, there's all kinds of things like that happen. Anything that could be haunted. There's so many things it could be. So I have never gone up there, because if you get it wrong, it could be fatal.
All right. I look at Scrawny Alexander, Scrawny Buligup, and Scrawny me, and we're like, oh, we're that's it for us.
Who are you?
What about
I am not.
What about the other fort? Were they paladins?
I'm wiry.
I think they were led by a paladin, maybe low level one, but
There's a couple peasants there, or not peasants, but mundane people, I thought.
But they're also not very welcome here.
Because they're paladins.
The folks of Grapple do not like crusaders.
I love how you sometimes call it crap wall. That makes me super happy.
Well, I mean, this is all thousands of years old rubble, like
Junk.
Everything else we were investigating. So
I don't think they'd recognize them by sight, though. So I think they might be able to come in if they were wearing cloaks or whatever.
I've also been pooping wherever I want, so it truly is a crap wall.
but since they weren't able to deal with the ghost in their own place, I don't think they're really good at dealing with ghosts. And because we dealt with the ghost with subterfuge that they never decided, I don't think that lying and hiding what they are is also in their strong suit. So
yeah, they might just be leading them to the slaughter, essentially. But if they can turn undead, that might be helpful.
I was just like thinking like there was a paladin, maybe they knew something about undead and ghosts and whatnot.
I think that's Tatia can do a knowledge religion. Like Tatia, what we'd have to find. It's all speculation. Like they're all talking about draining. Like that could mean so many different things.
Well, I mean, there's hundreds of types of undead is the big problem.
Yeah, we need to get eyes on the ground and see what it is. Go in, check things out, see what's there, then run away, then plan our attack.
If only we had like someone who was really sneaky.
Yeah, exactly. Someone that could get away real quick and be small and hop away.
Hop through the shadows.
Maybe someone who's good at hiding and sneaking.
Someone who has a climb speed, for example, that could go over scrap walls. That kind of thing. That'd be great.
How about we go to the edge of the fog and check it out, and then proceed with caution if we don't encounter anything that tries to kill us.
This is also true.
Sure.
And I could do a knowledge roll to see if I know anything with my knowledge.
Make me a knowledge religion check.
I have a smattering of that. I have a rank.
I have a
14
rank.
from Tatia, 24 from Alexander. 18
Jesus.
Everybody's got a little bit of knowledge religion, apparently.
Wow. What did
So, between the lot of you, you realize that a lot of incorporeal undead creatures drain various things. Be it levels, dexterity, constitution, strength. Anyone who goes up there, the problem is that fighting one is okay if you're prepared. Maybe there's more than one. Maybe this place is severely haunted. Arrow was reasonably powerful and seemed to know what she was doing. So you would have hoped that she would have prepared for what she was going up against, but clearly she was knocked back.
And I already repaired Tim's wisdom drain that he had, so
Are you
I guess
hungry?
we're good there.
I'm in the area. Just my dog's looking at me like I'm the world's worst person because I haven't fed him yet. So I'm gonna go
Oh,
Aw.
little guy.
feed him.
So do we? I mean, what else do you think we could maybe get? Is there something that we're like missing, or should we just head over there? If things go south, we just leave.
I think that sounds like the best because we don't know what to get to prepare until we know more about what kind of undead we face.
We should go investigate then, no?
Yes, gaining knowledge is good.
Let us set out then.
Yeah, I want to do this during the day.
That is probably good for undead, although if you, as is your preference, would rather face them in the night so that you can hide, if that even works.
I'm not
against
sure if that would
ghosts.
even work, so we should go during the day. I think that would be better protection.
The undead are more powerful at night. It is better to avoid them at that time.
All right, set out after breakfast. Or lunch, or whatever.
What about second
Okay.
breakfast?
Brunch.
I'm assuming you're going round the southern path past the array and then north into the.
Yeah.
We thought
So-
we would take Spirit Airlines.
Spirit.
Never.
Fuck no, I'll charge into the haunted place before I trust Spirit Airlines.
As we go past the reservoir array, if anybody starts remembering traumatic memories spontaneously, please shout it out.
Ah,
Well, wasn't that what that mind meddler thing was doing?
supposedly, whatever effect was going on, yes, they had like bad feelings, like bad memories, flashbacks to bad times.
It was probably just searching through your brain for your deepest trauma to.
Deepest trauma.
Well, that's great because
Oh wait, that's
Tatia was designed with no weaknesses.
you are the Tiger Queen.
That's right.
Okay, so you arrive at the canyon on the east side of Scrapwall, and you stand in front of what basically is a mist. It's a mist that obscures everything. And it just stops like a wall a certain distance towards the end of the canyon.
So, mist filling up the place, not the eerie just ground fog mist.
Oh, it's proper mist. It fills up the place. If you stepped into it, you're not sure how far you would be able to see.
Does dark vision help at all see into the mist?
You could see through it, yes.
Do we with the dark? Well, do we see anything?
Mist.
Okay. Oh, you said something. We could see some with dark vision through the mist. I wasn't sure if we actually.
The path continues upwards into the canyon. Head with dark vision.
If the gods are cruel, we'll go into this mist and come out in Ravenloft. But
That's funny. You can encounter the other party.
If I spin my glaive
survivors.
quickly enough, will it make a fan and blow away the mist?
Sure.
Okay,
No,
Thor.
it won't. Sure. Yes, it will. But I don't think you can spin it that fast.
you need to use your super frog lungs and just inhale all the mist.
That's right.
I am constantly smoking a cigarette. My lungs are not that good.
You could use the power from the wonderful role playing game Stupor Powers, which is vacuum butt, and just suck it in.
So it's
And
like
then
reverse
poof it out.
chupacabra.
I am French. If anyone has a vacuum butt, it is me.
True. French people do vacuum with their butts.
So, how do we hear anything beyond the mist?
Give me a perception check.
Kill.
That's good. 12. It's 11. Look at all those big numbers. 23. Nice work, Tatia.
Bugs.
20 for Alexander. 9 for Ikestu. Some good work there, Ikestu. Actually, no. No one hears anything. In fact, that's the strange thing.
So
There's really no sound at all.
Tatia is gonna try something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Hello.
Okay. You yell into the mist, and there's no echo at all.
I'm going home.
Hal, do I see like tracks leading into the mist or out of the mist?
You could make me some survival.
Survival?
check? Yeah, if you like.
Quick, put
Okay.
on this red shirt.
Right, Captain Redshirt. 15. You look around and you see tracks in and out. You've no idea what it is. They look old, like people have come and gone, but it's not. There's not many things here. Doesn't look like there's much passage.
Now,
So what are the tracks? Does it look like human or anything? A humanoid?
No idea. It's a boot. They're mostly booted feet, but most of these tracks are not long. They've been here a long time. It's not recent. It's not like people are coming and going all the time up here.
YOLO.
Hello.
now,
Yeah,
Hal, I'm sorry, I must have missed it. We're like in a canyon. You said?
Yeah, let me show you on the map. Hold on. Exactly. Map will load on my computer, which is I need a new gaming machine to GM on. It's being a wimp. You are at the entrance to. Let me see. Oh, let me flip it on this screen so everyone can see. Back to tactical. You are, if this works.
Right about meow.
Right
Oh,
there.
we're all the way up there. I thought we were
Yeah,
coming along the south
You're
passage.
You're at the entrance to this canyon.
Ah.
Do we see how
Oh,
far the mist goes?
I missed you. No, you can't. No, because the mist's in the way.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was like a dip, and then you could see out.
Oh, no, as far as you're aware, there's a wall of mist that basically starts at the entrance to this canyon, right here, goes up into it.
Does it go all the way up the side?
Yeah, it's pretty deep. It's almost as deep as scrap wall. It's like it's contained by the walls.
Like
if I
I
were to
can't.
lay down, could I see anything on the ground other than these subtle footprints?
Probably not.
Okay.
And I can't climb to the top and try and see over it.
Can climb to the top.
Can I take a rock and throw it inside and see if somebody tosses it back to play a game with me?
Are they just going to roll a ball back out?
That'd be kind of cool. That's what I'm going for.
Come play with us.
You throw a rock in, but you don't hear it hit the ground.
Oh, that's not good.
Is the local scrap about the same as the rest of the scrap and about the same age as the rest of the scrap in scrap wall?
So it's common in scrap wall when something is broken, or just to put it in the wall,
You
add
see
it
a
to
red
the wall.
Right.
Right. It looks like it's this area. No one really comes here to add to the wall. Whatever wall was here originally is the wall that was pretty much here then.
So is it possible to get a view from it from outside?
Yeah, Nick has a climb speed, so he can climb the wall without any real danger.
How high is it?
Maybe 30, 40 feet.
All right, so I'm going to climb up and see if I can see over this pissing mist.
All right. I'm going to fire up Detect Magic and see if there's any magic in the mist.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic as Buligup starts to climb the wall. You've got like a 20-foot climb speed, so it's going to take you like 15 seconds to get to the top, which is pretty great for a tiny frog. Let's not
And then
lie.
a rock hits him in the butt.
Right. And then there's like a couple of red balloons. Okay, you cast Detect Magic on the mist. The mist is indeed magical.
What kind of magic?
It's radiating a faint necromantic aura.
Yeah, that's undead mist, all right.
Buligup gets to the top of the wall and looks across. The entire canyon just looks like it's filled with mist to the top. Almost like it's perfectly flat. Occasionally wisps will rise up from it, but it's really strange. It's just held there. You wouldn't expect it to do that.
So not physics obeying mist.
Fight the mist.
So what is everybody's type of undead they're hoping to run into? Ghosts, ghouls, vampires,
Nothing.
mummies?
Nothing. Just a scary guy with like a pyramid.
How?
So this
Old,
is
old man Tucker.
How?
I got away with a tooth. It wasn't
that
for
where
you.
you
fight
are?
the mist.
Whoa, Nick, go.
You said we're here? correct?
Or here. See, there, right there.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong kit. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're kind of probably the south side or north side on the wall, whichever side you want to be.
And so, like, all the way to here is just mist.
All mist, all the way up.
All right, then
Super.
I just climb back down, and it is the entire canyon is just filled with mist, like a thick blanket filling the whole thing, like a jello mold of mist.
Oh, well, I like
Well, the
that.
mist is necromantic, but it's also problematic. So I think we need to go into the mist to learn more before we know what to do.
Okay, so is it are we talking like devouring mist?
Oh, let's throw someone in and find out.
Summon a monster. Have it walk in.
1, 2, 3, not it.
I will pull out a small
Would
piece
that
of
work?
ration
Summon
and stick it
Thing
in the
and
mist.
stick it
and
in
see if
there?
Okay, hang on. Alexander's
One at a time.
Alexander's sticking a bit of like hardtack or dry meat in the mist to see what happens. So it
Yeah.
goes in and it kind of is thick. The mist is thick. Pull it back out and it looks okay, but it looks a little damp.
I will taste it.
You're tasting that. Yeah, it just tastes like water, slightly negatively charged water.
I think it's meat. Mist.
It all tastes the same. His taste bud program isn't working.
I'm just gonna walk in there with my mouth open.
All right, you eat the mist with a spoon.
Go full Pac-Man.
Can we light it on fire?
Now, if it's wet,
Can we try?
You can try.
If it's not wet, what if it's like gasoline and then we just blow all the ghosts up?
Perhaps it's just moist.
That's also true.
sultry. All right, so I'm going to pull out my weapons. I'm going to say, let's see, cast detect magic and see if you can discern me from the rest of the mist. And I'm going to see how well the sound works. So you guys talk to me, and I'll talk to you. And I'm basically going to go into the mist with my weapons drawn, kind of like looking and just be like, I'm Henry, I am. And I'm going to like just sing at the same volume, walking in to see how much of a
Should we
sound
like
it
tie
dampens.
a rope to your ankle first so we could drag you out if you
Nah.
die?
It'll
That might
slow me down.
inhibit us running away.
You step into the mist and almost immediately sound vanishes. There's no sound. You can't hear your friends. You can just see them vaguely through the mist.
And do we no longer
Can I hear myself? Can they hear me?
You can't hear him at all. Once he steps in, he's completely soundless. You can see back about 5 feet to the edge, and you can see them. But if you step any further, they're just totally gone. It's just a white wall all around you.
All right, so I'm gonna go back out, and I'm gonna basically describe that. It dampens sound entirely, so
Could you
you'll have to
hear
stay
yourself?
within. Not that well, but I couldn't hear you guys talking to me, and I
Did
don't
you
think
notice-
you could hear me.
If you can
Each
hear
one of
yourself, then sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, if you can hear yourself, then probably it won't interfere too badly with spell casting, but we won't know till we try.
Yeah, the thing
It's
is
not
that
complete silence then, but
we won't be able to hear each other, and it's really got a 5-foot range, so we have to stay close. If we get separated, we'll be blind.
I wanna-
Do you want us to tie rope with each other? So we
You
can
know-
track each other?
I do love it when the party ties themselves together.
It makes it
I don't know,
easier.
it's an idea. We don't have to do it.
Might as well do it by the neck, Tim.
I do have a
okay,
dagger if I need to
sorry.
flee if we tie ourselves to each other at least.
Okay, just when one big monster attacks like the last person, everybody gets pulled into its terrible mouth.
I thought one of you had a spell that allowed us to telepathy or whisper to each other magically?
Not currently. I talked about using a spell that would let us get an empathic bond, which would be really weird for me since I have no emotions to have empathy with. But
Well, we know which one would be you in the net then, right?
sure.
I mean,
Oh,
think-
everybody drinks.
oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's
Cheers.
So that's the current conundrum, right? Like if we get separated more than 5 feet away, we're essentially isolated and alone.
I want to stick my glaive in and kind of like at least try and swing it about to try and see if I can spread the mist at all, like kind of clear it, you know?
Like stir it.
Yeah,
You can't
like
kind of wave your blade. You wave the blade of your glaive around inside it. It's almost like it like seals behind almost immediately.
even though it's magic.
Even though it's magic.
No! We are doomed.
We are doomed. Yes, you are.
Well, if we stay within 5 feet of each other and then retreat if you see people running away.
Hopefully they'll run within 5 feet of you.
I suggest we use the greatest attack formation ever, the Flying V.
I do not currently fly.
Da, 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 da.
Whack.
It's pretty
Whack.
funny.
Hey, those frost grenades that we have could freeze the stuff, but I think we're talking about 400-foot squares here, people. We're talking like this is what, a quarter mile long.
Well, and the mist is somewhat enchanted necromantically, so I'm guessing it will just fill back in if we.
I think
So. How do we know?
Yeah,
if, like,
time
if
is
we're
of the
walking through
essence.
So if we're walking through the mist, like, how do we know that we're still together, right?
Stay close enough that you can see.
Hold
party mate.
hands.
Yeah,
So then,
we'll hold
if we want to cast
hands.
a spell for each other, we could do it touching.
Anita, why is your hand so clammy?
Yeah, why don't we do?
True.
Yeah, we can actually just do that, like having hand on each other's backwards and walking through the mist.
I mean, well, instead of tying ourselves together, if we just have a rope that we all hold on to, then we're not.
Buligup can ride on. Yeah, and Buligup can ride on Aketsu's shoulders.
Who runs Scrap Wall?
The Lords of Rust, I believe.
Right.
Have we determined whether or not light such as flame will be extinguished or will provide better vision in there?
No, I believe you would have to enter with a torch to determine that, or a lantern.
I don't own one. Do you hand me one?
I have a few torches, and Tatia has a flashlight.
Because Anita can't she cast the light spell?
I
She does have
can.
a flashlight. She does have a flashlight too.
Yes.
It's very Scooby-Doo, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, let's cast it on a rock or something. I can go in with it. See if you guys see me.
Well, or cast it on your helmet or something so that you don't have to actually keep your hand occupied.
I'll just hold it with a. Yeah,
The helmet?
I don't.
Right in
Jaunty
his
hat.
nose.
Buligup has a jaunty hat. Oh no, he's now got a
He
robot
does.
hat.
He has a gigantic helmet, is what he has, right?
I look like Dead Mouse.
Right. It's a gigantic robot head on you as for a helmet.
So-
Tiny, skinny frog legs out the bottom.
20
It's got
feet
an
bright
incredible
light.
Android head.
20 feet bright light and an additional 20-foot dim light. Normal torch, right?
Using the flashlight.
No, the light spell.
Asking if they're casting it. They were talking about using the flashlight too.
That uses batteries. I don't.
Not like you're not shitting them out your ass. You can barely move for the amount of batteries you currently have.
Yeah, but that's wasteful. It's bad for the environment.
It's like
Right.
using potions when the cleric still
We
has
are
spells.
living in a giant pile of scrap.
Right? It's wasteful for the environment. In your
But
giant
I don't
piles.
know if we can get a good source of potatoes locally for me to make batteries.
It's coconut shells. That's what Gilligan's Island has taught us. Get it right.
So
So,
on the light spell, will it allow us to see further in the mist, or?
Well, that's what I'm about to test, and we're trying to get there. So I've got it cast on something. I'm going to go into the mist and see if I can see them more than 5 feet away. Can they
Okay,
see
let's
me?
try it.
And, are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm in
Yep.
there.
So Tatia needs to cast the light spell on you.
It's in the chat. I assume it's cast.
Oh, you cast it. Wit. Okay, Wit cast the light spell on your on your
Wit
left butt
did
cheek.
nothing. Tatia.
But Wit wishes she could cast the light spell.
Nothing a little bit of radiation can't fix.
Right?
Hey, all I gotta say is no one who followed lab safety procedures ever got superpowers. Just saying.
Oh, you
It's
cast
true.
light on Bill something or other. On
Like a rock.
Kiernan something or other.
Yep, a rock. I'll hold it.
Instead of a rock.
Yeah.
It's a piece of sharp metal, whatever it is. And you wander into the mist.
Yep.
The light coming from the rock it makes the mist glow a little. You pass in about 5 feet again, and everything beyond is gone. It's just white.
So
all
it
around
diffuses a lot like headlights in a fog.
Correct.
Yeah, gotcha. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Guess we're holding
So-
hands. Walking
All right,
through the mist.
so
And-
finger wigglers. Is there any location spell or spell that we would be able to know each other's positioning or anything? Is there anything we can do, or are we just going to do it with the rope?
I think the old-fashioned way is best. We could
Yeah,
all
I mean,
swing
like,
occasionally.
I can't. Yeah. Ah.
We could just call out our names or numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we stop hearing the next
3,
number,
4,
Marco.
5.
Polo.
Well, that's a good way to sneak up on things.
So we'll use one. So we could use one rope, cut it in half, so we have 50 feet length, and then we'll use the other half. That's another 50-foot length, obviously, and cut 10-foot lengths so that each of us has 10 foot attached to the center rope. So that we're not like attached directly. So we have some wiggle room, but we're still all
so rather
attached.
than just holding the rope, we're going to cut up our rope.
One rope. 100-foot rope into two 50-foot pieces. One 50-foot piece is just a straight line that we're all attached to. What we're attached to with is the other 50-foot that we cut into 10-foot slices. So I have a 10-foot from my belt to the center rope.
I don't think we should attach ourselves. I think we should just hold on to.
Yeah, I think it's better just to hold on to it with our hands, because if we attach ourselves to anything, that's going to turn into one giant clusterfuck.
Especially if you get panicked and flee, then you'll try and drag your opponent, and Ketsu
Sure,
can probably
that's
drag
fine.
half the party.
That's fine. I'm a two-handed wielder, but that's fine. We'll do it that way then. We'll hold on to it.
I
Well,
mean,
if you've got something to cut it off, maybe you could attach it to like a loop or something on your pants.
you can
Tuck it to
hold
your
a
belt so it
weapon.
pulls free if you
You can hold a weapon and a rope at the same time. I mean, it's just to keep us from separating, right? It's just to let us know where we all are. You just have to have kind of a loose grip on it. You don't
Yeah, I don't want to overanalyze it. I just want to. I think it's.
Good question. Could I cast light on the rope and the whole rope would
It's a
glow?
point. It's a point on the rope.
So
Like wherever you
could I
touch it, the
throw
light
like,
emanates from that point.
loads
Well,
of
it's
time
object
on the
touch.
rope then, because I can cast it like as many times as I want to.
No,
you
actually,
only have one
can't.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You cast it again, the previous one goes out.
See, people before you have thought of these loopholes, and
Which is why you can give Kiernan a magic rock, and as he disappears into the thing, you cast light again, and his light goes out when he's far away from you.
That's awesome.
And then you can cast ventriloquism and just make like a woo noise.
Exactly.
Kiernan comes back to town and he's like, "Fuck you guys. I thought y'all were behind me."
That's how he comes back to town, anyways.
hey, why are those skeletons carrying that guy in the pagoda? Oh, he looks like he found a bunch of fat loots that he didn't have to share with a party. Went up 4 levels because he didn't have to share XP.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we have
Like
10
we're all
foot-
in daycare.
we have 10-foot ropes connecting us, or we're holding on to that are connected to a central rope that's 50 feet long total. So we're
So
all
now we
kind of
need a
like in a
marching
marching order. Yep.
Is it the front?
Not me.
I mean, who can turn undead? Anybody? Tatia, are
No one.
does Desna granted you with that benevolent power?
That's a cleric thing.
Well,
Okay.
it's not to say that it isn't within my realm of possibilities, not at this current time, though. That's like way advanced for Tatia.
Okay. All right, so I need to be within 5 feet. I guess I don't need to be within 5 feet of Alexander.
I mean,
I'd
I'm
like
a
to
good
be.
shield, if anything.
I'll go first, I guess.
Why do you need
Okay,
to
because 2 goes first.
Because you've got the magic Ghostbane or the Ghostbane Dirge or the magic weapon thing for me if we need it, right?
Right.
I'll
But
go
you can't
second.
see me past 5 feet.
So
True.
Buligup is second.
I need to touch your weapon to make it work, too.
Right. In the middle.
Well,
Let me grab my
we
drink
could,
real quick.
yeah, we could be side to
in the
side
middle.
too. So I would suggest let's have Buligup and Ikezdu next to each other in the front, and then I can be behind, or I can be in front with. How about this?
Your problem is it's
Ikezdu in the
quite
front.
narrow right here.
Yeah.
Although it's not that narrow, honestly.
It's still
It's not
100
5
feet.
feet. You've got to remember that's 100 feet. You can walk
Right.
across.
That's my thinking.
All
So
the
I'm
way
thinking,
across and go in together if we wanted to.
yeah, exactly, right. I'm thinking like if
Just
Ikezdu's in
link
front.
arms like can dance in.
Why don't I just stay behind Kiernan so I can touch his weapon if need be?
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking like Ikezdu on the right in front, Buligup right behind him because he has a reach weapon, right? And then on the other side of the rope in front, I can be in front and Alexander right behind me,
And Tatia
or
and
Tatia in
the
front,
rear?
Tatia in front, and then me, and then Alexander next to each other.
I am happy to be one of the first 2 people in the group.
Okay, so we've got. Let me see if I can figure this out here. So if we suggest, so we're all the way over here to the left of the map, right? So if we had Buligup here, Ikezdu in front of him, if we had Tatia there, and then we had Kiernan and Alexander. Does that work?
What are you playing with?
He's playing
Oh, you're
See how I
playing with
moved all the people?
characters. No, nobody sees that.
All right, moving it over to.
Put it on there. Put it on the north of the.
I just moved them.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
There we go. Now you can see all your pretty little faces.
Right.
That's
So
good.
the reason why I put Buligup behind Ikezdu is just because he's got the reach weapon, and so they both attack the square in front of him, right?
Are you still injured, Kiernan?
It looks like I am, but I don't think we did the.
Oh, they
night
aren't
rest.
your current. They aren't your current tokens. They're not your current tokens. They're tokens from a fight long ago.
Okay.
So I think I'm back up then.
I think everybody.
Oh, these are really old.
Yeah, these are tokens back from when you mugged those guys.
Ah, the good old days.
Good old days. I was expecting the party to go, which guys? Because obviously you mugged so many.
Before
Yeah.
we
We're not
failed
really going to be able to
really
move along
infiltrate
this map, though, either, though, because each of these blocks is 400 feet, right?
Correct. They're 400 feet, so you're not actually that large.
So we're just using this basically to keep track visually of our
You're
like.
marching order.
hopefully whatever significant items in here are relatively in the center where we're walking so that we can run across them.
Did someone just delete my token? I just disappeared.
You
Yeah.
did?
Oh,
see
you're
you.
still on there.
Slink. Goodbye.
I see you. Somebody just moved me and now turned me.
I did. Yeah, I'm trying to find. I don't know. So who's ever got my token? Move me.
Oh shit!
The token's right above me.
He's already going to hell.
Okay, somebody.
It's
there
the
it is.
ghosts.
Okay, so I guess we move in. We're taking the only precautions that we have. Our escape plan is if we get separated, book west. That's our only option, right? We'll eventually get out.
And I have magic armor up because I always have magic armor up.
Magic armor is up. It's a good call. Okay, what's the plan? Just going to walk into the mist and try to keep in touch with each other?
Well, I think
Not going to bear any fruit. Should we go?
things along. Do you want to go the north or the south? I mean, we could. I think going. north along the top.
Yeah, do you want to use
and
the scrap?
Following the
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good
the
idea.
stuff there. What do you think?
Unless we see something,
Because we're just in the middle, we're going to be surrounded by nothing, and we're not going to know anything.
unless we see
Yeah.
landmarks or furrows or thickening fog indicating where things should be.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think.
You guys hear me?
Kiernan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah,
hear
We
you.
can hear you.
You can't hear us, apparently.
I don't think so.
You've already
Hello, can you guys hear
walked into the fog. I love it.
Ruh-roh.
Did we lose Bill's audio?
Damn.
Just as you were about to do
Okay.
something.
Discord went out on me.
Something went. Oh, was that you logging in and out of Discord over
Yeah,
there?
because no one was responding to me, and I was asking
No, we
if I
were
couldn't
all
hear anybody.
responding.
We were. You couldn't hear us.
Okay, I couldn't hear you. Not sure why. Okay.
So yeah, I think we should use the wall, like go along the wall, so we at least have some idea where we're at, right?
Well, it's not only where we're at, but it's also, we don't want to get turned around and then run east by accident instead of west when we're trying to get out. But we're not going to find anything in smack dab in the middle of nothingness. I'm thinking if we go along the north or the south, we'll eventually find a door or something that we can go in and something interesting, right?
Unless
Yeah,
something
I agree.
interesting is in the center of the canyon.
Well,
Well,
if
we'll
we
figure
go-
that out later.
we
if
go
it
around the
does
whole-
happen.
Yeah, if we go around the whole perimeter and nothing bears fruit, then we can try that as a sweep, And then we can use Tatia's idea and all hold hands on the rope and then do a big sweeping, Red Rover, and just go in a big bull rush pattern as big 50-foot long rope.
I'm going to keep detect magic up while we're walking, so I'm half concentrating on that.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I do that as well?
So
Would that be useful?
what do you do?
Yeah, because you guys could conical shooting like left and right and then cover more area, right? Because I
Yep.
think it's only a 60-degree cone or something, or what? Like it's a quarter of a circle.
60-foot cone-shaped emanation.
Yeah.
Targets up to
It's a
standard.
It's a standard cone.
Yeah.
So that between them, they could do the entire front
Exactly.
half of the party.
Which sounds
You wanted
awesome.
It's all magic,
That.
necromantic
Oh.
magic fog.
All of it is magical fog. Yes, all the fog is magical. Necromagical. Chairs
But
are
if we-
comfortable.
but if we
but it's
see-
so.
Other or stronger auras that might help. Those things are about to come.
Hey, you're walking in.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, you all step into the mist.
Hi ho.
Sound just vanishes as you step through the wall.
Man, now would be a good time to redeem my random encounter.
Maybe I should redeem one. Yeah, random encounter would be great right now.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again.
Did you adjust that table yet?
Oh no, it's another whole Kellid tribe.
Oh shit.
No, I didn't adjust the table because I've been moving house.
Well, it could be
So-
that gray ooze or the spiky
Right.
snake thing that
Right, spiky snake monster.
Baby manticores looking for mama that are all now undead and
Maybe
radioactive.
Maybe it's a bullet that's in the bottom of the canyon or something truly
Mm-hmm.
terrible.
And that would highly suck because the metal plating would be radioactive too. That would suck.
16 rust monsters.
intellect devourer.
The worst thing to come here, right? Rust monster. It eats the
Yeah.
whole town. There's one gigantic fat rust monster in the middle of this place.
Eat them out of house and home.
No more pie.
Okay, you walk into the mist. The old sound vanishes as you step through the wall. Everybody's vision drops to 5 feet only. You could just see the person in front of you. Can't
Including
really
dark
hear
vision?
them, including dark vision once you get away from the edge.
Obscuring mist.
Tatia is suddenly filled with the urge to reach beside her and slap someone just to see if it scares him.
Now's the time. Oh, you
Progress. Are you going along the south or north wall?
I don't care. I suggest the north because it looks straighter, but
Or maybe we
No.
just don't know
You,
because we
you
have no
can't
idea.
see that wall. It doesn't look straighter. It just looks like a wall.
I know, but I'm assuming Buligup reported some kind of topography.
Okay. I mean, they're roughly as straight. It's just a little jaggedy bit on the south. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Touch is a haunted oracle too, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So you may hear ghost sounds around me, and it's totally normal.
And randomly
Like-
moving objects and
Yeah, shit just keeps moving.
Yeah.
Speaking of moving objects, Nick, make me a will save.
Oh, son of a bitch.
that's got to
Else
be
is
a
up front
strength.
with Nick.
What?
Who else is up front?
No, Tatia and I
Touch
were in
and
front.
Ketsu are front.
Oh, okay. Not Nick then. That's all
Did I
good.
do that right?
You don't
did.
need to
It's
do it.
beautiful.
You don't need to do a will
It's
save.
fine. It's fine. He can do it. It doesn't actually matter. He can totally do it. I'm gonna hit a Kez too. So why not? He's big and stupid. Look.
Oh, snap.
Okay, so Buligup makes his wills, fails to make his will save. And a Kez 2, if you'd be so kind. This is
Where's the will?
Front
you
sheet.
don't have to make.
First
You
tab.
don't have to make it. You don't have to make a will save.
Okay.
I'm making a roll.
Hopefully, it's a fear effect.
That'd be nice. Will 18 hit you, Tim?
Oh, you're talking a language I don't understand. Like, what am I
Your art-
comparing it to?
Armor class.
Your armor
Oh.
class.
No, it does not.
Surprised though, flat-footed armor. Actually, he's got a ton of armor.
No,
It's
flat-footed armor
flat-footed.
is 20.
That's disgusting.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Ow! I have sick decks, rings of protection. How do you have a flat-footed of 20?
I have no
Magical
idea.
full plate. He has magical full plate.
Oh.
No dexterity at all.
Thought.
It's literally all in armor. It's just literally a hunk of metal
With a squid inside.
with a squid inside,
What's this?
like a Dalek.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Okay,
Oh.
so a large piece of metal flies out of the wall and nearly misses, just barely misses Akeztu, slams into the ground in front of him. Buligup lifts into the air and smashes into the wall.
I don't enjoy that at all.
Could this be poltergeists?
Some kind of geists. Buligup takes 6 points of damage from smashing into the wall.
Ouchie.
Why are
Luckily,
we
it wasn't a particularly
here
spicy
yet?
bit of wall.
Why was this necessary?
Because there's ghosts here and nobody else has gone here in a while.
We're all gonna
So
die.
we need bless, or we need some kind of.
I can
Wait.
use bless.
How?
Hmm?
You describe for me like what happened when
So
I
you're just kind of walking and you're watching Akeztu's back, and then all of a sudden you take a step and your foot just doesn't touch the ground, and then all of a sudden you veer across violently into the wall.
Okay, so it's not like I'm grabbed by anything.
No, it just like something just lifts you off the ground and smashes you against
Fucking
the wall.
Darth Vader defines your lack of faith disturbing.
Do I note?
Right.
Do I note anything on detect magic when he
That's
lifts up? And
terrible.
Well, I don't know what Leah's eating here, but they look delicious.
So Tatia tried to cast bless, and then she just didn't.
Well, yeah. Does that work though? Is bless kind of the area effect that we're looking for, or is it a protection from evil 10-foot, or I don't know?
All allies within a 50-foot burst centered on the caster.
But I think that gives you like bonuses to attack rolls and saving throws against fear. It's not necessarily a get away from me, ghost. You suck.
But just in case,
Holy energy.
do you want me to use it or not? You just said you did.
Oh, I was
No.
I was suggesting like, do we have anything like that? Maybe not bless specifically. I don't know all the
I mean,
cleric
bless
spells.
goes off. I mean,
What the
if you cast
fuck was
bless,
that?
yeah,
protection
Buligup
from
hits
evil might be
himself up.
good.
I can do that. I have protection from evil communal.
That might save us.
Ooh.
What does that do?
20-foot radius, but the range is touch, so I've got to be able to touch y'all to do it. Otherwise, it's
Communal.
just
I think
me.
communal. Communal is anyone around you, probably.
I don't know. It says that Range is touch. The spell wards a creature from attacks by summoned creatures. It creates a magical barrier around the subject at a distance of 1 foot. The barrier moves with the subject and has 3 major effects. First, the subject gains a +2 deflection bonus to AC and a +2 resistance bonus on saves. Both these bonuses apply against attacks made or effects created by evil creatures. Second, the subject immediately receives another saving throw against any spells, blah, 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 blah. Third, the spell prevents bodily contact by evil summoned creatures.
That sounds like it would have been helpful.
Note the spell functions like protection from evil, except you divide the duration in 1 minute intervals among the creatures touched.
I feel like that could have helped me from getting slammed into a fucking wall.
Well, you know, afterthought, and you're in a wall now, so.
Does that take a spell slot, or is that a spell?
It does, yeah. And it's one of my level 2 spell slots, of which I have 5.
Fucking
Tatia, does a 14 hit you? And does a 15 hit Kiernan?
With flat-footed? No.
Not flat-footed anymore. You know something's here.
15 does not hit me.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't.
More junk lifts out of the wall and smashes around near you.
Do we see? Can I use survival to know which direction the trash is getting flung from?
You can see it. It flies from the walls on either side.
Am I seeing anything on detect magic when this stuff flies through?
Not really. Maybe a little. Maybe. You might see the odd flash of something different in the fog, but it's not really a spell that's being cast.
Can
Maybe
we
a
like
shade-
all
maybe
just
just a tinge of transmutation as it goes off, but it's not really a spell. It's something.
Hal, I'm gonna throw caution to the wind, pick up the thing that missed me, and kind of like yell.
It's about a 60-pound hunk of metal.
We should get out of here.
I'm gonna basically announce as loud as I can. We're here to help you. We're here to understand why you're here. We don't mean you any harm.
Yell into the fog and hear your voice being muffled almost as soon as it leaves your mouth. And you turn around, and right beside you is this hideous creature. You can make me
What is it?
You can make me a will save.
Who?
Is it beside him on the opposite side of me, or is it on?
It's behind the party. Assuming you're partway down the canyon at this point. 16, right. You're okay. You are not frightened.
But him and I are in the back together, so.
Oh, you may make me a will save as well, because you can see it too.
Oh dear.
And we might
18.
as well have initiatives at this point. You're good.
Oh, how horrid!
It just pops. It's this hideous skeletal creature just appears out of the fog.
Can I try and touch it?
I mean, we're going to go to initiatives.
Oh, sorry. That's not a touch anyways.
Okay. Let's run some initiative. Hold on.
Beastie.
Do I have to cast a spell before or after the initiative?
Well, we're in initiative now, so we would be needing to cast it in initiative order. Okay, initiative tracker is empty.
Remember, click your token first before clicking the initiative.
Then it'll add it to the initiative tracker. That'd be nice.
Ooh, I am slow.
I am fast.
When you're slow.
I'm even slower.
But wow, that is impressive. It gets to.
Well, that is a 2, dude. That is terribly bad.
Alexander rolled a natural 1 and still beat him.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks.
Yay! There's much rejoicing. Thanks, Bits and Crits.
I rolled dice. I'm waiting for my result.
That happens every now and then.
On to the next beer.
To the next beer. 21 for me.
Go. God damn it!
You're not allowed to be in this combat, Hal.
I'm not. But I'm so fast.
Only if you fight on our side.
Okay. Let Let me order
Dog
this.
beasties. So there's more than one of them.
All right, Kiernan, what are you going to do? There's a creature in front of you.
So I'm going to hold my action essentially, but I'm going to treat with it, saying, "We're here to help release you. What can we do?"
What are you holding your action for? What is it? What are you going to actively do?
I'm gonna actively wait to see what it does. If it looks like it's just going to like haul its hand back and backhand me through a wall, I'm gonna defend myself, right?
Sounds like a good plan.
So kind of like maybe full
Let me just
defense or
grab-
something.
We just grab the first ghostly-looking thing I've got to put on the map, so you know where it's at.
Can I attempt to determine what kind of undead beastie this thing is?
On your turn, you can make me a roll.
Okay.
I mean, I'll make a roll as well, but I mean, I'm shite at it. But I'm just trying to understand, like, kind of free. I would think that kind of. I had a 19. Knowledge religion. I assume knowledge religion.
There it is. It's like a little ghost. Yes, knowledge religion.
26 knowledge planes if it's planes. So
It's not planar. It needs to be religion. 19 for religion. It could be a ghost. It could be a wight. It could be a poltergeist. You're not quite sure.
okay.
I mean, evidence would lead to one of those out of the other than the others.
Okay, I'm assuming a poltergeist because of the effects that was happening.
Mhm.
So I am trying to understand more about it, like trying to entreat with it to say, we're here to help. We mean you no harm, but please help us help you. Like, what can we do to release you?
So, poltergeists are spirits driven by pure anger. They don't give a fuck about you.
Thought there was a reason why that they were angry, though.
Probably.
Because they're ghosts.
They don't know that. They don't know that.
Okay, so I guess I'll wait to see if he's gonna do something, and I'll attack. I mean,
Okay.
that's kind of the ready to action. Like, if he's gonna try to attack me or disappear, I'm gonna get him.
Fog beasties.
It's the fog beasties. It steps backwards away from you into the fog. 5 feet.
Is that enough to make it disappear, or?
Nothing. Okay. And then
What was the answer to his question? I had the same question.
hasn't disappeared yet.
Okay.
However, 2 more hunks of metal land amid
Well,
the party.
I'm going to. My ready to action goes off. I'm going to advance and stab him.
Only didn't say you can't advance. You can only attack.
Well, I mean, if he moves away, I'm not going to let him, right? I mean, I'm kind of waiting for him to do shit, right? Like, I don't want to.
So when he moved away, you were supposed to hit him, right? That was.
I will advance. I will advance with him, right?
Okay, swing at him. Make me a swing. Like it. Come into the fog, Bill. Come into the fog.
Fog that turns you inside out?
Right.
18 and 22.
Both of those would hit.
All right, cool. So does I don't get sneak because he's not flanked or anything like that, right? So
both of your weapons pass harmlessly through his body.
Well,
all right.
crap.
So get the GTFO, people.
I agree.
Well, because you don't have magic weapons.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah, I would have done
At that point,
15 damage
on
there.
will a 16 hit you, Bill?
Nope.
Okay, and I'm going for Alexander with this one. 21.
Ouch.
Sorry about that. 12 damage. Oh, maximum damages on those 4s. 12 damage. Alexander is squarely skewered by a piece of rusted sheet metal that rises up and smashes into him.
Ow.
Ow, I think that hurts. Is this what pain feels like?
I've been damaged.
Why would I feel pain?
At that point, the creature vanishes.
but not for long.
Marines, we are leaving. All right, I guess
Just
we're
put it
still
up.
on initiative. Who's next?
Wow, Tatia, what you doing?
Getting the fuck out of here. Like,
are you
See
moving
ya.
away?
Want to be ya?
You're running out of the canyon.
this is the night we TPK.
Really? Really? Just some poltergeists? I mean, come on, they're not even that hard. They're significantly lower CR than you.
Okay, so
Unfortunately, they're in a place where there's shit tons of stuff to throw.
yeah, that's the thing. So I guess for my first action, I'm going to cast Protection from Evil.
Okay. On you? Or on anyone you can touch? How are you splitting it up?
Anybody I can touch.
You get 5 minutes worth of it, so you can touch basically Nicodemus, Buligup, Ikestu, and yourself, because that's where you're stood right now.
Cool, sounds good.
Okay, so all 4 of those characters have protection from evil, and you'll have an extra minute, which I assume you give to yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, then what?
All right, and then I guess we're using these squares like they are our 5-foot squares right now, just kind of pretending
you don't
this
have
is a
to.
map.
You can just tell me you're running like fuck out of the canyon. It's fine.
I'm describing where it disappeared if anyone wants to target that square and attack it.
Okay, so
except for they can't see where you're pointing, because Tatia can't actually see you at the moment.
Oh, she can't see me. No, that's fair. That's rude.
But I can see, can't I?
You can see. He's pointing into the fog.
The 10 feet ahead of me, and if she knows how far I am
would
away
I
from
have
it,
any
yes.
idea to know where to throw a spiritual weapon?
No idea. It needs something. You need to be able to see it to target. You could cast spiritual weapon. You just wouldn't be able to hit anything with it until it appeared again.
Okay, so then I will then cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Hold it.
You can't do that because you.
Oh, no, you can't at this round.
From evil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So then I'm done?
The move action if you want to move.
No.
No, I'm happy here. Thank you.
I am so good.
Big up, it's you. Oh, is your tiger doing anything weird?
No.
Okay, tiger, stay. Okay.
Tiger say, okay, Mom.
All right, Buligup, what's going on?
Okay, so I guess I get up, right?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Feel protected from evil.
Oh, where did that fucking cocksucker go? Does anyone have eyes on the piece of shit?
Oh, somebody drinks.
Is that me?
Is a drunk GM is a safe GM.
Yeah.
or a more dangerous GM.
And I need food, fuel, brain. Okay, I'm going to go get food. I'll be right back.
Okay. Is it pizza?
No.
Is it not
language
pizza?
from a lizard? He's not a lizard, he's a froggy. Like
I'm
Kevin.
an amphibian, you piece of shit.
Like Kevin.
Oh.
French Kevin. As opposed to Cajun Kevin.
Does
Right,
anyone have eyes
It
on
is
him?
spicy.
Kiernan is pointing into the fog. You can't really hear what he's
Yeah,
saying.
I'm saying
but he's
like 10.
pointing.
Oh, he's right next to me, though. He's not able to hear me even next to me?
Actually, you moved into the fog to follow it, remember? So you're actually slightly ahead.
Oh, fair. So the sound drops off that rapidly, eh?
Or like
Okay.
there.
Sure,
Yes,
sure.
he can just see you gesturing in the fog.
And he can't hear me because it's that far. I mean, that
Can't
muffled.
really hear you, no.
Wow. Awesome. Okay. It's good to know. I don't know that metagame wise. I mean, if I'm hearing him like gesticulating and yelling, you know.
I mean, Alexander could pass a message along. It went that way, but beyond that, you don't know.
All right, then. I guess I will put my back against the wall.
Okay.
And ready an attack.
Well, just in case something appears.
Yeah.
All right, it's a good start. Alexander, what you doing?
Are there any undead seeming targets visible to me?
Nothing. Everything's vanished.
All right, I will prepare to cast a spell if something appears that looks to
I'm
be
gonna
an
go with
undead
magic
creature.
missile, I assume.
I think I'm going to go with Disrupt Undead.
Oh, that's a great spell. Everybody would like that one.
Why?
Everybody likes a bit of disrupting.
I chose to prepare that cantrip today since we might face undead.
It's ribbed for his pleasure.
Coming to the scary haunted canyon, it would seem like a good spell choice.
That is a good strategic choice.
All right, Ikestu, what you doing?
I look around. 'Cause I guess I don't hear all this. Like, did I see where the trash came at me? Do I see where it came from?
It came from the wall slightly ahead of you to the left. It kind of seemed to tear out of the wall and then just fly straight at you.
Okay, do I see anything that I can tell that through the garbage?
Give me a perception check.
My perception check is freaking horrible. All right, hold on. Good.
Whoa.
I see all the things.
You don't see anything at all. The fog is
God
around
damn
you.
it.
It swirls. There's nothing there at all that you can see. Nothing unusual. It's clammy. It's a little bit wet. You realize that it's seeping into your armor. You're probably going to have to oil it when you get back.
Moist.
Okay, I ready my action. As soon as I see something, I'm going to play whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole. Okay.
I'm looking at my character. Like, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can do right now.
Kiernan, it's you.
Whack a ghost.
Whack a
All right.
ghost.
I'm gonna head back to see what
Towards
Alexander's
town?
doing.
Back towards the party.
Back towards the party. I'm gonna be like I noticed that nobody's left, like I thought we were. So I'm gonna go back to Alexander and hold out my weapon and say, "It passed right through." I'm gonna yell like really as loud as I can, even though he's right next to me because I don't know, right? Like my weapon's passed right through it. I hit it real good, but it went right through it. I need to do something.
Ghost.
Well, I'm gonna basically kind of take defensive action, and I'm gonna hold my action for him to cast magic weapon on him, on my main weapon, or additional both if he can. I don't know what his capabilities are.
Hey, fuck beasties. All right, let's go for who've not we hit yet? Or why not? Let's go for Alexander again for this one because we had so much fun last time. 18.
On me?
That
Does-
no.
Was that not hit?
On
That
me?
will just hit
Oh.
me, yes.
Oh, on you. Never mind.
Another chunk of metal rises up from the ground and smashes down into you. 9
Ow.
damage. And Buligup can make me a will save.
God damn it. What do I get because I'm blessed?
I think you get
Well,
plus
no,
one on
you have
saves?
protection from evil.
Yeah.
That might-
Then
Let's look.
not much.
+2 to saves, was it?
Well, +2 deflection to AC and resistance saved, yeah.
What is it?
Turd.
+2 resistance bonus on saves. Yes, you get a +2 to
Or
this save.
attacks made or
Oh,
effects
hang on.
created by evil creatures.
Yeah, this they believe they are evil. Let me check that. They may be neutral. 1 second. They are
Just misunderstood ghosts.
evil. So you get +2 to this save, Nicholas.
And I thought it said something about
They can't touch you if they're
It's mind control.
summoned.
no, something about getting a second save.
Oh, you get a +1. Oh, that's fair. You get a what? Second save? No. Oh, that's if they like
Mind
that's
control,
for
yeah.
summoned. Yeah, that's for summoned creatures. If they mind, you get mind control.
Okay, sorry. I heard something about second save and I wasn't gonna forget about
Yeah,
that.
it's good. It's good, but no, you get +2 on this save.
Okay. So I'll just roll it regular.
So
So
now the plus 2. 12 is you feel yourself lifting off the ground again and just kind of manage to stick your glaive in the wall and push yourself back down before you get
sons
thrown.
of bitches.
I do love having light party members. That's all I'm saying.
Fight me, you fucking pussies!
All right, Tatia, it's you.
Cool. I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry. Just curl up in a ball and cry.
I'm
Let's
just-
go, Steez.
Oh my gosh. Well, without really knowing a place to attack, it just. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe.
Why don't you give it a knowledge religion check, see what you know about poltergeists, or see if you can identify it
I
as
think
a
that's a
poltergeist.
good idea. Thank
Seeing
you,
as Bill
GM.
hasn't told anyone he thinks it's a poltergeist.
Good advice. Good advice.
I thought I told Alexander, but no one else could hear me.
Right. 14. You think it's a poltergeist, and that's about all you know. Poltergeists are angry and they throw things.
No shit. Sense motive.
It's
Just cast
angry.
moonbeam out into the middle of nowhere.
Right. See if you can blind its sightless eyes.
Yeah, totally. You know.
Can you blind an invisible creature with the light just goes straight through it?
Let's just shoot out Care Bear Stare for no
Everybody
reason.
drinks.
You win?
Everybody drinks.
That's okay. It's not great, but it's
You know, as an inexperienced player in a condition like this, I genuinely don't know what to do.
That was
Other
a
than
terrible
protect
joke.
my friends when they get hurt and then
That's
try
right.
to progress in a general forward direction or
And
get the fuck out.
That is definitely something you could do. Chat has a terrible joke, by the way.
It's almost a dad joke.
Why do ghosts go to strip clubs to see boobies? That's so cute. Boobies.
I mean, I guess we don't know what spells you have, Tatia. So I think that there's area effect because the thing's invisible. There could be glitter dust or some way to reveal invisible would be helpful. There's any kind
Not
of
really. A lot of mine are more into beefy fighty stuff. I can cure things. Did you say something?
I was saying if it's incorporeal rather than invisible, then glitter dust won't even help.
Yeah. And I mean, most of my stuff is related to protection and healing and fighting. I can make my weapon turn into flames. Do poltergeists not like flames? I don't really know because they don't really have a physical form, so that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Only if it was holy flames.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. It's just the cool kind. I have. I mean, I have Dust of Twilight, but that wouldn't really help.
What's that do?
It kind of makes everything go dark.
Oh, very helpful.
That's a dusting I can do. My stuff is more related to dark and the night than it is to.
Same here.
Yeah.
She's
But
all about
here's
the moon.
the thing. Every single person in the group can do something against this thing but me. So I'm a target. So I'm trying to draw it out.
This.
Then why am I the one getting hit?
What if I cast Summon Monster and just send it out?
We won't see it. We won't hear it. We won't be able to do
That's
anything.
okay.
about it.
We'll just see. Maybe the monster runs into it and does something special.
It actually can do smite evil. It can. I don't know if it's attacks.
The thing is also, if you like summon a creature, it may have the same problem as Bill. If it doesn't have magic weapons, it's not going to do anything.
Right.
Well, it depends if a summoned monster is actually magic.
I could send a
Don't believe it
giant
is.
frog after it, or I could send a devil after it.
Won't do anything.
I know, but it sounds really appropriate for the situation. I can send
It
a squid.
does.
Squid's
Squid.
on the list.
You could confuse it by like summoning a squid.
Tiefling, you're in the
Calamari
way.
attack.
One calamari.
That's
Yeah,
all I
buddy.
really think of is sending out a monster and seeing if it runs into something.
But the problem is we can only see 5 feet. If you send the monster out, it's like,
Probably better just to hold in case it appears to you, so you can.
yeah,
Fine.
that's the problem.
Yeah, I just concede.
Did you just say you concede?
No, I was talking
It's
to Rebecca.
conceding.
Oh, I was gonna. You know what? We could also just concede.
No, I don't think it's as bad as everybody's making it out to be, but
I don't really think so either, but as far as right now goes, there's not really a whole lot of stuff that I think I really can do. I'm willing to take advice from those more experienced at the game than I am, but I really don't have anything.
I think the thing is, if we ready an action for it to appear, and then a magic weapon to attack it, that's about all we can do, or a spell.
And I've already done that. So, I mean, I could also do hedging weapons and get them to fly around my head. Then I'm extra prepared. But I'm pretty much where I'm at.
Yep.
That sucks. Would I be able to use something like healing or stabilize on them?
I mean, maybe if you can find them.
Yeah.
The problem is your hand's going to pass right through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a cleric with actual channel, you could potentially do something, but
Because they'd just go channel, and everything within 30 feet would be injured.
No. All right. Well, then I would say that my turn's over. It's not very exciting, and I apologize.
All right, Buligup, it's you.
How far into this fucking cave are we, or this?
I don't know. Let's say around 100 feet. How about that?
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Got about 1,000 feet, maybe a little more, maybe 2,000 feet before you get to the other end.
Oh no, something has picked me up fucking twice. I haven't seen anything, and I've been lifted off the ground twice. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You booking
Yeah, like
bullfrog speed.
Would I be able to cast Stone Shield?
I mean, you can on your turn. What does it do?
So Stone Shield, it's a 1-inch thick slab of stone, springs up from the ground, interposing itself between you and an opponent of your choice. The Stone Shield provides you with cover, but the thing is I don't know what the opponent is. I'm just throwing up the Stone Shield in front of me.
Just for chucklies.
I guess to protect me from whatever may or may not smash me in the face.
so everybody
Or
running
someone
past you
else,
runs into
because
it.
this would also protect other
Right,
people
so-
that are on the other side of it. So it'd be
That's what
beneficial to, like, let's say, Buligup or
Is
Alexander.
Buligup's apparently running, right? Are you running?
I'm not gonna run, but I am going to move out of here because, like I said, I don't know what we're facing, and something keeps just and like I'm the only one that just keeps getting lifted off the ground and trying to be thrown into a wall. Fuck this.
you're the lightest person out of the whole group. I'm pretty sure they probably have like a maximum weight they can lift.
Which is
That-
why
There is a weight limit.
they're
That's
just
fair.
throwing hunks of metal into me. So
That's fair. I'm not dealing with this shit. Like, so
Hey.
I want to move towards the, I guess,
Exit.
entrance of the canyon.
All right, you begin to back away. Carefully and strategically, very bravely. Alexander, Buligup
Brave
kind of passes
Sir Robin.
by you.
okay,
I
he's
do,
heading
I do
towards the
announce. I want to announce, like, fuck this. I don't know what's going on here, but I ain't dealing with this shit. I'm going back.
all right.
And then I start to
So
move.
Okay, that's one magic weapon gone.
Buligup's passing by. Kiernan is nearby, holding his weapons out to me. Right.
Apparently, yeah.
I'm gonna drop the readied disrupt undead, and I will reach out and touch his biggest weapon with
You're reaching out and touching his biggest weapon in the
Magic weapon.
mist. Okay, you cast magic weapon on his biggest weapon.
Yeah.
Here.
His ego is magical.
Did he buy me
yes.
All right, it's a +1, yes?
+1 cod piece?
Yep.
Cool.
And
Right.
then I will start following Buligup.
Okay, backing out. All right, Ikestu, how about you?
Can I use survival to maybe figure if they move some trash? I'm trying to find out where these little creatures are at.
I agree. You should look for them.
So would I do a survival, or do you want me to do a survival perception again?
Do you? What do you want to try? If you're searching the trash for things to try and tip you off as to where to find them, then that would be survival, probably, if you're looking for
Yeah,
tracks.
I'll do that. Because I don't think these creatures are too hard. It's just we have to find them.
Yes, that's the hard part.
Yeah, like how do you find something you can't touch or see without it
I
running
think
into
magical weapons can hit it and spells can. It's just not regular stuff.
Well, I believe that happens with
pretty
strip
sure.
clubs too. You can see them but not touch them, or
25, okay. You search the area of where the rubble, where the metal pulled out of the wall and flew at you. It looks like somebody tore it out of the wall and just threw it. You don't see any tracks on the ground around the place.
Okay, so it's floating in the air.
Maybe.
Or it's, I think it's like telepathy, like it could just move shit with its mind. I'm pretty sure something like that.
telekinesis.
Yeah, I think it's probably telekinesis, like how it's ripping off the wall and whatnot. Because that's how they're picking up Nick's character, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
What about perception? Like maybe like when he ripped off the wall, maybe like parts of trash was like left like a trail. I can follow a trail.
No, it flew straight at you.
Oh, damn it. Oh, maybe these things are not very smart. I don't know. Like maybe it pulled it to them and then threw it from them.
They're not very smart. I'll give you that. They are not very smart.
I just can't give too much advice because I'm more than 5 feet from you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like trying to think on the fly here.
It responded when I called out to it, but I don't know if it'll do it again.
Oh, you mean it appeared and screamed at
Good
you?
piece of advice.
Or
Maybe
that
I should
could have been
call out
random.
to it whenever it pops up in front of me. I'm gonna slash at him and be like, "Stupid fucker!" Woo!
I mean, it didn't respond when I called out to it and told it to fight me, that dirty cocksucker.
It didn't.
All right, I'm gonna move a little bit further, like 5. I'm gonna take a 5-step forward. Maybe since I'm away from the party a little bit, maybe it'll show up.
Oh my god, they took it to Ketsu.
Oh, it's fine. Iketsu has vanished. Okay, Iketsu, so you're stepping forward and waiting, right?
Yes, I'm waiting. Yes, so I'm waiting my action. As soon as I see
Already
one of these.
you already searched the wall. That was your action.
Okay, fair enough.
Kiernan.
Okay, I am going to. I guess Alexander's not there and Buligup's not there. I guess I'm confused. on
Oh,
who's
they've
there.
been heading back towards the entrance.
So I'm going to fade back here and ready in action next to Tatia and Ikestu to kind of have ready in action for. I'm going to call out and say, "Show yourself. What can we do to release you?" And I'm waiting an action to see if he appears. I'm going to attack. He looks like he's still hostile.
It doesn't look like he's anything. That's the problem, right?
Who
I'm
looks like
calling
they're
out
hostile?
calling out, and I mean I don't know if it's a perception check, but I'm ready in action for when something looks like it's in the mist that isn't one of our companions. You know.
Sounds good. Ikestu. 12 won't hit you. Kiernan, an 11 won't hit you. 2 round hunks of metal smash into the ground near the party again.
From which direction?
One from right by where Ikestu was looking, like rips out a little bit more and throws it at him. And a little bit from the opposite side above Tatia gets thrown down at you. Just falls out of the mist. You've no idea where it came from.
So it doesn't look like it's projected from a direction that I can charge towards.
It's up above. You think it's at least 10 feet up the wall.
Okay.
All right, Tatia, what you doing?
Tatia is nearly out of ideas, and in the midst of her chaos, decides that she's going to howl out like a banshee and see if anything pops out in front of her face.
Maybe it's a banshee.
Hey,
Professional courtesy. You just yell into the mist.
I'm just going to yell out.
Just yelling in the mist. Okay, I like that. Yelling in the mist.
Yelling into the mist.
Howling in the mist. All right, Buligup, continue to retreat.
Yeah, I'll continue to retreat with Alexander and kind of help him along the way because it looks like he's taken quite a bit of damage.
He probably has, actually. Okay.
Only
Is
2/3
that-
of my hit points.
Good.
Is
You're
that
a big
correct?
fat wizard. He's injured.
So then
All right.
can I guess well, let me see what I've got.
I don't think he's very injured. He's just a little bit injured. Walk okay, I'm assuming, but he's got some cuts and bruises and gashes from hunks of metal being driven through him.
Yeah,
See a couple of dangly wires.
I guess I'll continue to walk with him and try to keep an eye out for anything that, like, can I ready an attack in case anything comes at us?
Sure. If you're moving slow enough, yes, you can. If you're not severely escaping, yes, you can move and then ready.
Yeah, I'd rather move kind of slowly and keep us safe than.
Okay. Alexander, you moving with him?
Yes,
Well, you guys are heading towards the exit.
because we agreed to retreat if we ran across things that couldn't, and I saw retreating party members. So
Kez2, it's you. What are you doing?
So I don't know where, I guess, the trash that got flung at us again.
It came directly out of the area you were looking in.
God, this damn thing could be like freaking 20 feet away, just ripping shit out of the damn wall.
yep. Or it could be 20 feet away on a slightly other plane, so you can't even touch it.
Well,
If you
it could
were-
be like above me somewhere, and just like ripping shit off the wall and just throwing at us.
What you doing, Tim?
I mean, free
I'm
action out,
thinking-
free action out of our turn. You know, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, I'll start slowly heading back.
Okay. Everybody's in retreat, are we?
Yeah, I mean, can't do shit. Can't see nothing. I'm out of here.
Ennon,
I'm flying, full run.
full
Actually,
run. Okay.
No, because that's like you can't really see necessarily, even though I have a good memory of where we were
Barreling
at.
into the wall. Yeah, you probably want
exactly.
to retreat
So
carefully out of here.
Double move, yeah.
Okay. Fog Beasties. Who have we got at the back? Oh, a few people. It's probably going to be Tatia. 6 won't hit Tatia, and let's do the Kiernan or a Kez2. So Kiernan 1, a Kez2 2. It's a Kez2. 7 won't hit you. More junk just gets thrown at the back of you.
Oh,
You can
gremlins,
almost
we can't
look
see.
behind, like swirling around. You can see, he can hear it whizzing by you and smashing into the ground as you run.
I'm sure 18s and 21s when they try and hit me.
Oh, Tachi, you running? The only one left. Everyone else is gone.
I know, but I haven't gotten hurt, and part of me really wants to just hack at one of these guys and feel like I did something.
I haven't even seen anything we're fighting.
Is that a new everybody drinks, or is that an old one?
That's
No,
another
it's
one.
That must be a new one.
Damn it!
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Bits and Crits.
grassy ass.
Grassy ass. What you drinking, Wit? Looks like wine.
It is. I picked up some more of that playtime. I really like it.
Oh, cool. It's got a mermaid on it.
It's
Oh.
not.
Oh, no, it's not.
Pin
No,
up.
stockings.
Pin up.
It's a pin-up lady.
It's a pinup lady, and she's playing with puppets and string. See?
Nice. Cute.
Yeah. I like her foofy hair.
I buy wine for the bottle, too.
Foofy hair, foofy boobs. You know what? I bought it for the bottle, and because it was featured at Specs whenever I went there like a month or two ago, and I liked that it was called Playtime, and I was specifically buying it for drinking during the game, and I was like, this is so appropriate. And then it actually tasted good, so I'm gonna keep buying it.
That's good. Yeah, right. That's why we do things. How they train us, Wit.
What's that?
That's how they train us.
Oh, that's how they train us. Yes, it is.
All right, are you retreating?
What am I gonna do? I guess because everybody left me behind, I'm gonna take one more shout and see if one of these guys is gonna come up near me.
I announced very loudly that I was leaving.
Did you yell into the fog?
I just suddenly feel very, very alone, so Tatia is just gonna let out a primal roar and say, "Come and get me," and see what happens.
I'm just going to move you guys over there out the way for the moment to show the divide in the party at the moment.
So you and your tiger hear your roar.
Buligup and Alexander reach the edge of the fog, and all of a sudden, the wail of noises of the city assail you.
I'm waiting right at the edge. I'm waiting right at the edge, waiting for Tatia.
Kestu, you continuing to leave?
Sure. Yep.
Kiernan continues to leave. Fog Beasties. Okay.
I'm going to be at the edge waiting for Tatia. If I don't see her following me, I'm going back in.
11 won't hit you, will it?
Me?
No.
No.
You won't hit anybody in this goddamn party. You can make me a will save, please. You get +2 for
Protection from
From
evil.
evil.
yes. And you also get a +1 from bless.
I don't think she cast that.
7 + 1 + 2, so 10.
Oh, she did cast bless, right?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were talking about it, but you didn't actually do it. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
she cast it. Okay, a creature hideously emaciated and rotting and vaguely see-through appears while you're yelling into the fog and yells back at you. Its jaw dislocates slightly. It looks absolutely terrifying, and you hear the true power of its hatred for you, and you become frightened.
And blow it a kiss.
No, you are actually frightened. It is a fear effect. You now have the effect frightened. I have frightened you.
Okay.
Everything.
No,
Oh, frightened. I'm looking up specifically. I can never remember.
I don't think this
Frightened.
added the save bonus, did it?
Yeah,
No,
you
she
get
did that by
+1 morale to fear from bless.
But I thought there was a +2 saves from protection
It's
from evil.
still a 10. It's still not enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I would have rolled a 10. It wouldn't. Not a very good roll.
Frightened creatures. A frightened
Flee.
creature a frightened creature flees from the source of its fear as best it
You
can.
put the
If unable to
1.4
flee,
finger
it
in
must.
and roll it on it.
Who's talking?
Where did sound come from?
I think it's Becca.
Oh, it was like
Sounded
Oh my
like
God,
Becca.
poltergeist
Was that
is
Becca?
real.
Was that Becca?
Ah! Now we need to
He's
get
died.
Ghost Babes in on this.
Right. Okay, hang on. So you're frightened. You have to flee from the source of your fear. You take a -2 penalty to attacks, saves, skills, and ability checks, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, and I run.
You will, yes. You immediately just stop and turn to run.
So
Your cat will follow
Tatia
you, 'cause-
screams, she gets screamed at back, and she got exactly what she wanted and realized it wasn't what she wanted, and she cries and runs away.
There's so much in life. And then it's your turn, and you literally fully retreat. So
Yeah.
um,
I come running
takes
out of
about-
there and plow into the back of Ikestu, running straight, heading to his butt because of his pure height, and just
Okay, Tatia comes bursting out of the fog with her tiger, and you all kind of collapse in a pile, and the fog laughs its ass off at you.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
I would say we should never go back in there again. That was terrifying.
That's never good for It's like that scene. It's like that scene out of Ghostbusters with the librarian ghost.
Shh.
I was thinking.
I'm gonna tell the party like there's probably like I don't know like I don't think that this area is like too dangerous, but I'm not sure like did we learn anything from this? Did Tatia learn anything from religion? How to combat this?
I'm gonna test something. We're still in initiative. I'm gonna run back in there and just yell for it. Get over here, you whip! Like as loud as I can. I'm gonna go into the fog before I do it though. I'm readying an action for her to stab it when it appears.
Nothing happens.
We're throwing down here.
Nothing happens. Fog just whirls around you.
Gonna go in further.
Okay.
I just realized if I touch my nose ring, it probably looks like I'm picking my nose.
Does
Either that or you're trying to get the right AM station. I don't know.
There's jewelry there. I promise I'm not making it up.
Will a 22 hit you, Bill?
No.
22 won't hit you.
Nope.
Wow.
23.
That's crazy good. Okay. I need a natural.
But I'm yelling as loud as I can, and I'm trying to like the thing that throws at me. I'm like kicking it back in the direction that it came. I'm just kind of like readying an action, waiting to attack. Like I'm trying to provoke it.
Okay, you yell again, and some more things fly out of the fog. And my dice roll is stalling.
So what happens if we walk down the center?
I'm just getting out of there then.
What did I get?
12, it said?
12. And then another one is coming at some point.
Well, I see it. Well, hold on a second. How many? There's a 9.
A 20 will miss you.
Yeah, but there was like a 9. So all these miss. So I'm getting
22 and the 9 were my last rolls, and then the 12 and the 20 my second set.
Oh, okay.
Things are just raining down around you. Literally, the whole wall is shaking. It's starting to spin about. Stuff smashing all over the place.
All right, I'm ducking out.
Okay, you back out into the fog. Out of the fog.
Dito says,
"Are these things coming out of the fog? But are they throwing anything outside the fog?"
No, there's some trash that might have got a bit of momentum that's fallen out here, but most of the stuff, no. Once you leave, it seems to go quiet.
Okay, so these things are stuck here. That's the reason why these things haven't gone into the town, because I think they're actually stuck here for whatever reason, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they never went into the town. So
we can't go. We can't go in there until we figure out more about poltergeists. We got to research that and some kind of scene visibility.
Like
these ghosts stop being such fucking pussies.
Yeah, gust of wind and see invisible.
I believe most ghosts are incorporeal rather than invisible.
Well, I think we might be able to see them better, but the fog is like screwing us up. Like I'm not sure if that has anything to do. Well, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with it, but I think that's another cause why we can't see anything because of the fog.
Why is the fog there?
Because ghosts are there, because it's a haunted area. The fog's necromantic.
So there might be like a source of it, like I don't know, like an artifact, a tree, a dead body, or I don't know, something.
That might be a tree.
There could be
something that's cursed, right?
Is it a spell that somebody put on the area? Is it because the poltergeist are there and it's just something that we have to deal with? Like, I don't understand if there's a way to get around the fog.
I think the fog maybe goes away once we handle whatever's causing the fog, right?
Should we try going straight to the end of the canyon, like across the top?
Across the wall?
Yeah.
I'm not the best climber, but probably that would we could possibly avoid the poltergeists.
GM, is that something we're capable of doing?
I'm always happy for you to try new things.
I would like to possibly rest and heal before we try that, because I've taken a fair amount of my potential damage.
Plus your oracle might have cast some of her spells, I believe. You did learn some stuff, though. You learned what might be in here.
Yeah.
There's
I
at least
did.
poltergeists, if not more things.
Does
well,
any-
like basically, like it's like the, you know, like the goblin version of Undead, right? They're like real annoying and they're throwing shit at us.
real
Well,
fucking
the
annoying? They picked me up and threw me against the goddamn wall.
Because
And
you don't
can't
weigh,
hit them back
because you don't
they
weigh
can just not be
anything.
there. But they can also you cannot hit them back because they're not really there.
Well, I
I
think
think-
I think we can hit them with the magical weapon. I think
They're
we can hit
both
them with that.
incorporeal and naturally invisible.
Right. So if you can get them to manifest, you can
Doesn't
know
say
what the
that,
target.
though.
They only manifest when they do their Frightener ability, which is what they do when they pop up and scream at you.
Yeah. So
Then they're visible until the end of their turn, and then they become invisible again.
so
And as we all know, that worked out terribly for me.
Fun fact: they don't need
do
to
we
be
have
visible
like
to throw
do we
me
have
against
something
the
like
goddamn wall.
do we have like an AoE effect, one of the casters that can cast to make the creatures when we can see them, like
No.
fairy fire or something like that?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
There are spells like that, but our current casters do not have them.
Uh,
See,
I have
invisibility
dust.
would probably be good.
how high of a spell is that? See invisibility. Is that
Second
something?
level. Second level.
Could we go maybe find some scrolls of invisibility somewhere or something?
Yes, the problem with see invisibility is it's personal. So if I learned it, I could cast it and I could see them and try and tell you where they're at, but not
Well, I'm just trying to think of ideas, right? Like,
right.
I mean,
And
I
That's
do
what I
want
was
to say
saying before
conquer.
too. Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think I'm able to learn that one, am I?
I don't think you can learn. Oh,
Inquisitor, no, it's not a.
Yeah,
Not
so we'd have to have like, I guess, rolls for it, or our
Wand.
wizard friend could do it.
Right.
Do we have a wand to see invisibility?
No. Not currently.
Is that like a high-end kind of a wand if we wanted to look for something like that?
It's just expensive, probably.
Yeah.
Are you pouting? Ditto's pouting because I won't give him any of my chili.
Well, do we want to
Aw.
rest up and
You don't wanna
maybe
give a
try to
dog
run
chili.
to the end, or
Look at that.
because I think what also is going to happen is if we try to run to the end, those ghost things are just going to follow us, right? And they're just going to keep
Or
throwing
we'd
shit at
bypass them
us.
and we'd hit the bigger creatures, which might be physical and we could actually hit.
But the only problem is, like, how are we going to deal with something that's invisible?
Well, I don't believe they're technically always invisible as much as incorporeal, which is also the problem.
What about when
Okay.
Bill said one time? What if we threw flour? Would that make it and we can see it?
No, goes through it.
Oh,
It's
okay, okay.
incorporeal. So that's why the spells like glitter dust won't work.
Gotcha. Oh, I was just coming up with ideas. I'm sorry.
So as creatures go, these are really low CR creatures, but they're incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
And actually, if you read up on what they can do, because of their CR level, their caster level is high enough to throw 75-pound objects, which if it's sharp and hard can be up to 3d6 damage per hit. Which for a CR2 creature is ridiculous.
Indeed.
Plus, they are incorporeal, which means most parties at 2 can't hit them, and they're naturally invisible, which means they're always invisible unless they choose not to be.
And they can pick me up and throw me against a goddamn wall.
Because you are less than
75
75 pounds.
I
We
mean,
can
I
add-
understand that. I'm still pissed off about it.
But
though.
you've said it 9 times now, so we have a way of resolving that, right?
Right. We can
If
add
he-
50 pounds to your pack.
So
Yeah,
so
right.
what we do is we've got a couple of issues. We've got the levitation, which is put some weight on you or attach you to something, solved.
That's pretty funny.
We've got the invisibility problem that we need to resolve, and then we have the incorporeality problem that we need to solve.
Right.
So it's those two things. The others is that the weight thing for you is simple. So I don't think we need to
just
beat it to the ground.
overload him. So is it like -8 to everything?
Or get him the master blaster harness for a Kes2's back, like C3PO or something.
Strap him to the back of a Kes2.
If we attached him to somebody,
Right, that's what we're doing.
like strapped him to my back, like C3PO on the back of Chewbacca or something.
I could also enlarge person him, but that went poorly last time I did that.
Because it messes with his fighting style.
Yeah.
Yes.
It reduces his dexterity.
Oh, right. That's right.
You'd be better off reducing his size, and then they'd throw him so far you'd never find him.
Like he just gets punted. Like kick the baby.
Like a cartoon.
Don't kick the baby. Kick the baby.
Poltergeist is frustrating. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So, do we want to try to find something that we be able to see invisibility? Like go mug somebody?
Don't you have some VMod glasses?
We have VMod glasses.
Don't kick the baby.
A brown chip, I think.
Oh, the brown
We don't
chip's
have
not
the
so invisible, is it?
No, we have a lower level chip.
I think it's pretty high for.
Yeah, I mean you can get true sight
invisible.
eventually, and we've got
walking around with those on.
We've got the actual eyeballs that we could implant cybernetic eyes, but.
Do you have cybernetic eyes?
Yes, we have cybernetic eyes and a biofilter. We just don't have anybody who could reliably implant them, or that we would trust to implant
or
them.
a place to do it.
Yes. So we probably should end up selling those, but they would be super sweet if we could actually.
Yeah, we can hold on to them.
Let's go right now.
A little bit of whiskey, dip them in that. It'll be sterile, right? That works.
Right.
Field hospital.
Do we want to go back in town and try to find something to see invisibility? Like this is one of the last areas to look, right? So what we have the ship place and would make me feel bad. So there's probably something in there and it's probably invisible too. And this area has some invisible creatures that's throwing shit at us, and we got the arena. Like that's the only 3 areas we have, right?
Yes.
So I think like we're gonna have to figure out how to handle the situation because there's nowhere else to go. Like I think we really need to finish this area.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do it. This is not my expertise.
Now, holy water works against even incorporeal undead, but I think it still has a 50% miss chance.
Would Tatia know any more details? Since we're in a group and we're like talking about our problem.
I'll let her roll religion again.
Me.
A 9. That's a 9.
I'm still really scared. I can't think straight.
Yeah, it's a 9. No, she has no idea. She's just really scared about the idea of poltergeists doing poltergeist stuff at her again.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeists.
Do we want to?
I mean, if they appear, then you've still got a 50% miss chance because they're still incorporeal, but that gives you a chance to hit them.
Yeah, I mean, magic missiles are best bet. No chance to miss and does force damage, so no miss chance.
Yeah, I can also out so many of those.
Actually, VMods don't actually give you the invisibility.
No, it's I think the true sight, which is like the super high level chip.
You don't get true sight either. You get X-ray vision at the top, which is amazing.
Okay.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of the tech items are just less good than the
Magic ones.
yeah.
Then everybody can use them without any problem, assuming they can figure out how.
Yeah.
I guess that's true of goggles of other magic seeing, aren't they? Just the same.
Mm-hmm. They just don't
Wrong.
take the chips then,
Right.
or the batteries charges.
You can flip them around a bit. Did we just lose Nick?
Did we?
He's
And
done with that
Nick?
shit.
And I think the VMod chips for the cyber eyes cost twice as much.
Yes, I think they do. A lot of the tech stuff has slightly lesser of an effect, but I guess the benefit is you can indefinitely use most of the tech, assuming it's not time worn, right?
Right.
You just
I mean, as
keep
long as you
charging
have
it, charging it, and charging it. But I guess that's true. I guess magic items run out and you're done, right?
Well, I mean, wands and stuff do, but things like, the magic weapons or magic cloaks and stuff are just eternal, essentially.
Yes. That's true.
All right. Well, so do we want to go back to town and try to find something that we can use to find these guys?
You're really low in your camera.
Me?
You want me to stand up? I'm just trying to think of what else we can do.
Yeah, I mean, we need to see invisible or something, and then bless.
That's one of our weak points.
Holy water is going to help if we do that, but we have to all kind of be racked up with it, and that could get expensive.
Corporeal.
Well, can she make holy water or turn water into holy water?
It actually
Well, I
works
heard-
against corporeal or incorporeal.
It's weird.
Did we just lose somebody? I heard
Yeah, we
Discord
did.
drop something.
I think
Yeah, we
Nick
lost
might
Nick.
be restarting or dropping.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take advantage of that and take a bio break in the meantime.
Great.
I mean, theoretically, I can make holy water.
Okay, but like, how cost effective is it? Is it very expensive? Does it take a long time?
It's moderately expensive. It takes 25 gold worth of silver to make a flask of holy water. So 5 pounds of powdered silver.
Which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's a lot, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like, how much silver do we actually have?
I've got a fair amount of coins, but
How many coins is it for a pound?
oh god, what is that now?
It's just, the mechanic is just 25 gold pieces worth. Oh,
Yeah.
No, that's not very cost effective.
I mean, it's more cost effective than dying, but yeah, it's not gonna, since we
I
can't.
just don't think these creatures will kill us very quickly. They may kill you, but I don't think those creatures can really like hit anybody else in the party because their AC is so high, right? Like they're just annoying, and we just can't hit them, and that's the problem.
Right, and that's the issue with everything we face. Things can't kill you; they can kill me easily, which is why I normally stay back. They just threw hunks of metal at me.
So we need to find a solution to invisible creatures. Like this is the second time that we've had a hard time because we can't see the damn thing.
Right, which is why I have glitter dust, but that won't make them visible because they're also incorporeal.
So what is there anything that in your capacity that you can do right now to help us with this problem?
No.
Because I don't know what you can and cannot do.
He could cast see invisibility.
Right, which would let me see them.
So is there a way we can combine that with something to assist us to remove these creatures?
Can you laser paint targets for us? Call it an orbital strike?
I'm just throwing out ideas, right? Like,
right. I mean, I can describe to you where you are, what square to aim at, except for we can only communicate in 5 feet, and I can only see 5 feet, so they're going to be, have to be right on top of us. And I think
that's where gust of wind might be able to help us. I don't know if it'll affect it. That's something, if you can spontaneously cast that, we could test that right now at the edge of the fog just to see if it dissipates it, like for a huge area,
That's true. I could.
It might come back, but it might not.
I mean, I could Or wait, yeah, because I could cast that as a druid as a second level spell, so I could burn 2 second level spell slots to try that.
I mean, before we leave entirely, it might be worth a shot.
Hang on, I'm reading Glitter Dust. Have the spell.
Yes, it's in my book.
I want to see if it is actually not go, but whether it'll work or it won't.
I took that after we faced the guy that ran Silver Disc Hall and when he was invisible.
Yes, invisibility, the great crippler of parties at low level.
Yes, which Glitter Dust, the only problem is you have to roughly know what area they're in because it's like a 10-foot radius burst.
It's not
Can
big.
you see
Right?
what he's doing? It's like pole dancing on the table.
And I think it's not going to
Tim,
incorporate
are you watching pornography?
Yeah, watching the cat, he just does this thing where he wraps all of his paws and legs, and he's like twirling around the leg of the my painting table.
Out of gold particles and everything in the area, causing creatures to become blinded and visibly outlined invisible things for the duration of the spell. It doesn't actually say it's not affected by incorporeal creatures.
True.
It doesn't actually say. Rule as written, there's no exception here for exempting an incorporeal creature from this spell.
Right. So if I could find out
What is, you don't actually know where they are.
Right. So if one frightened somebody nearby, I could do that briefly to them.
Correct. And then they would stay visible for 5 rounds, right?
Yeah.
And then you could wail on it. Wail on it.
And I think there was, 2 or 3 of these based on how many chunks of metal were flying around?
2.
You saw at least, 2 of them popped out of the fog twice.
Yes.
We've totally lost Nick at this point.
He apparently lost power.
Wow.
Poltergeist.
He thinks it was a poltergeist.
He's on the
Cute.
Facebook
You
chat.
want to call it here then, without the fighter going in? He does have a magic weapon. We have been running almost 3 hours. Oh, 2:40.
Yeah, it's decently late enough that we could call it. I think that let's off camera. Let's think about a plan on to get some of these things resolved. Can we at least do the test on the gust of wind?
Sure. I will spontaneously cast Gust of Wind into the edge of the fog.
Okay, Gust of Wind. That's a spell no one ever casts much. I like how you can spontaneously cast spells. That's kind of nice. It means we get spells we rarely ever see.
Yeah. Severe blast of air, approximately 50 miles an hour, that originates from you, affecting all creatures in its path. Flying creatures take blah, blah, blah. Can't move creature beyond the limit of its range.
Wow, extinguishes candles and torches, etc., etc. Okay, you blow Gust of Wind up the canyon. Your wind hits the edge of the fog and it blows back ever so slightly, maybe an inch or 2, but it doesn't actually go anywhere.
What if we wore goggles?
It doesn't. It's not stinging our eyes or causing us to close our eyes. It's just obscuring. We can't see past it.
But when I wear goggles in the pool, I could see everything.
We would need enchanted goggles of something like True Sight, which are slightly outside of our price range.
A wee bit. Okay, I'm going to let you cogitate on this for a week, and then we will reconvene with a great plan from you.
We should poll the audience.
It'll be
You should ask chat to come to the Discord and talk with you about it. Chat, come to the Discord to talk with you about it.
Give us poltergeist advice.
No!
Poltergeist advice. We can poll them on Twitter and pull them to the Discord for conversation.
And I will review the Young Ones DVDs that I have that has the Poltergeist episode.
Poltergeist. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Join us on the Discord, join us on the Twitter, visit us on Patreon, with money.
Patreon.
Find us on Facebook. Come and visit the website. Download some of those amazingly old, great 3,000 odd sessions of audio we have waiting for you.
So many different game systems. They're not all old.
Because this shit ain't free. Thank you.
Right. Say bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.